Hello? Hello? Hi? Can everybody hear me okay? I hope so. I'm not sure. Also, say hi, Pat. Say hi.
Hey everybody, hello.
Yeah. So, we're gonna wait for a couple more people to get in. But, hi, my name is Corey or Kamari. Whichever you'd like to call me. Follow received. Aw, thank you, Tarumi, for the follow. Thank you. But hi, my name is Kamari or Corey, whichever you'd like to call me. And I am a voice actor and the English voice of Wanshi. So I saw a bunch of you wanted me to do a little stream to play PGR Punishing Grey Raven and play through his story, so I wanted to do that. But I did not want to do that alone. I wanted to bring another Strike Hawks member with me, so go on ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey everybody, my name is Patrick Gruya, and I am the English VA for Kamui and Kamu. And I'm really happy to be here.
You get to have 2 Strike Hawks for the price of 1 stream. Okay, let me open this up and get us moving, shall we?
Yeah.
And also let me move this to where I can see everything pretty well. There we go.
Besides your training, do you play this game often?
Yeah, I'm a little addicted to it. So I had played it to do like, research, of course, and like to be like, let me see what this is all about. But then I slowly got addicted to like how the grind was. And then I became a full certified player for a while. And of course, I'm going to have my bias and be like, oh, let me get my ice team really good because, Wanshi ice team, just gotta do that. But no, it's okay, Luna. You don't have to tell me about it today. Don't tell me about the day. But no, I play this game pretty often to the point where I'm like, I have quite a few of the characters. Not all of them, but I have quite a few of the newer ones that have come out, like a bunch of them. And I try to upgrade them every so often. Like, I'm only missing like a few of them, actually. Ooh, let me see. Oh, I can't read that. What does that say? Thank you for the follow, though. Oh, just a few. Yep, just a few. Literally just a few. It is not a bunch. I don't have every single one, like how most people do. I only have a few. AKA, I'm only missing like maybe 9 or 10 of the characters. Maybe 11 out of all of them. But I still have a pretty it's just a few. It's just a few. Alrighty. So, where's it at? The long goodbye. As you can see, I haven't played any of it. I haven't done anything, even though I really wanted to. You're surprised I don't have his 6-star weapon? Listen, all right. I am a big free-to-play player. Only sometimes will I spend money, and I heard that someone said that he didn't need his 6-star weapon. They said that he was really good without it, so I've just been doing it with his 5-star weapon. So I've only been doing it with his 5-star. Now, if it turns out that I need his 6-star weapon desperately, then I'll get it. But if I don't need it, I'll survive without it. Because I have been training. I have been honing my skills in order to play him. I locked in so hard. Y'all are going to see it when we start playing.
Blind reaction?
It is going to be a blind reaction for both of us, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the thing is that like we recorded this, but we haven't really like seen any of like the finished product for it. So this is gonna be our first time seeing like the finished product and everything. Because of course, like when we were recording the lines, we got like context for what we were saying and why we were saying it, but we didn't get to really see like everything put together. So this is gonna be our first time seeing everything put together, and I'm excited. Man, I'm excited to hear
I
you
don't know
again,
why, but
Patrick.
I don't know why, but I'm nervous, and I'm not even the one playing.
Why are you nervous?
I don't know.
I'm excited to hear you again because I I love you as Kamui. I know I already texted you this, but when you were doing the when we did the play one, the wait a minute, why is there a sleep pod? that line cracked me up so hard in the visual. Like it was so good. It was perfect.
Thanks.
All
And I
right.
know I also texted you it, but I think you're so cool and cold.
Oh,
It's unbelievable.
thank
Chill.
you.
Literal
Thank
chill.
you. Thank you. I appreciate it so much. It's hard for me to play characters like that, but you know, like I'm glad that I've gotten better at it over the time of doing it. All right. But enough yapping. I want to see what happens. I want to see what happens. We're going in. Also, we'll be reading the story to you guys, don't worry. Oh, we're already starting off pretty rough. Okay, I'll be baby Wanshi. You want to
Walk
be...
forward.
There we go.
Do you see it?
The child lifts his head as a gust of wind disperses the mist, sending his white curls dancing into the corners of his eyes.
Not yet.
Keep going, Wanshi. Don't look back.
Keep going. Just keep moving forward. Yes. Keep going.
Here we are. The child reaches the massive oak tree, gasping for air. The journey back here has all but drained him physically. The oak trunk blocks his view, leaving him blind to everything else. He reaches out with his skeletal hand to touch the bark, only to quickly withdraw it when the rough texture pricks his skin.
Look down.
Following his mother's guidance, Mummy, the boy bends down and struggles to dig out a pale yellow stone from the soil beneath a tree trunk.
It's amber.
Amber? Is there something inside? I can't see it clearly.
The boy holds the amber up to the sky, but with the sunlight hiding behind the fog, whatever lies within the amber grows blurry. A soft sigh drifts from behind, distinctly feminine.
Once the sun rises, we'll see everything clearly. This is as far as I can go. This moment marks the beginning of your story, Wanshi.
Mother?
Let me tell you a story. In this world, there are many people who travel between Earth and Eden, serving as messengers connecting these two realms. Now they want to invite you on a journey to Eden.
I don't want to go. They don't need me anyway. Last time you told me that Eden's travel screening is really strict. They only let you through if you're either really smart or really strong. Someone who can fight and do lots of work.
They know you're still a child. They'll give you time to grow. The journey won't take long. Just take a little nap, and when you open your eyes, you'll be there.
The boy wrings his hands together. His fingers and sleeves are still covered in black soil from digging earlier. He's still at an age where he can't properly take care of himself.
Will it be long before I see you again?
I think so. But in the future, you'll definitely find me, or I'll find you. I'm sorry.
Little man.
Cardiac arrest!
Oh, go ahead. You take it. That's all you.
Cardiac arrest in bed 47!
Bed 47? Wanshi? How long has he been here? Get Dr. Melvy to check on him.
I'm on it. Activate emergency response system for bed 47. Check tracheal intubation first, then establish IV access. I'll have someone contact the boy's legal guardian.
No need for that. Set the DBS pulse frequency above 100. Neural stimulator setting shouldn't be this high under normal circumstances. I'm his temporary guardian, and I'm responsible for him. Now hurry! The stagnant air in the room suddenly stirs to life as doctors briefly check bed 47 before rushing away, only to return moments later with various life support equipment to hook up to the child.
Just one more step, Wanshi. Just one more step forward.
Patient in bed 47 is awake. Confined to the hospital bed, the boy's small body trembles as he opens his eyes. He stares at the ceiling with an unfocused gaze. What was that? Let's take it easy. Just do as I say and blink twice.
Are you an intern? A child with a mental age under one... A child with a mental age under one can't even follow basic instructions. How do you expect to assess his consciousness?
But the child in bed, who appears to be 4 or 5 years old, slowly blinks twice, which immediately draws the doctor's full attention. Now, blink 3 times? Yes, make a fist. Just close the hand I'm pointing at and... Yes, that's it! Seems like deep stimulation therapy is effective. This is the second child I've seen wake up. Oh, human life is truly miraculous. The doctor turns around excitedly to look at Melvy, who stands frozen beside the bed. In all her 3 months as an intern, she has never seen such an expression on Melvy's face.
She actually did it?
With a trembling hand, Melvy reaches out to Wanshi and gently touches his forehead. Wanshi strains to press his face against Melvy's palm, clearly wanting to say something. But the... What the hell? Tracheotomy tube prevents him from speaking.
It's okay now. Everything's okay.
Years of rehabilitation in the Star Life Pediatric ICU. After a moment's contemplation, Melvy decides to write this medical record in Wanshi's empty dossier. There we go, making it the first entry in his files. In rehabilitation, Wanshi is like a newborn child, understanding nothing, having to learn everything anew. Little man, with a portable respirator constantly by his side, he progresses from standing with support devices to taking a few guided steps with Melvy's help. Months later, he finally manages to take his own unsteady steps independently.
Hello there, little Wanshi. Where are you going?
Aunt Melvy... Is Aunt Melvy here?
I think I just saw her clock out. I'm not sure if she's scheduled for the night shift, though. I'm on duty tonight. What can I do for you?
Melvy appears behind Wanshi and bows down and bends down to adjust the ventilator strap at the back of his head.
Aunt Melvy, I want to be your little helper again tonight.
Not tonight, sweetie. I have work to do. Your job is to get some sleep.
But I really want a wish card.
The Make-A-Wish cards are part of a small reward system Melvy created for the pediatric ward. Children can earn these cards by being good, taking their medicine, getting their shots, going to bed on time, or by being Melvy's little helper. Only 20 wish cards are given out each week, and the children eagerly compete for them, like Freckle in the bed next to Wanshi's. He's a freckled child who lost both his legs to his illness, which continues to spread even now.
Man,
What an important
I
detail.
I laughed before I saw the second part of the sentence.
I know. I was like, I saw the freckled child that I saw lost both his legs. I was like, oh no, I
man.
shouldn't have chuckled. I was like, now I seem like a jerk. I agree. Baby Wanshi must be protected. Little
What
man.
do you want the wish cards for? You never trade them in for toys or candy when I give them to you.
Well,
You're just trying to stay up late, aren't you?
Under Melvy's all-knowing gaze, Wanshi stumbles through an explanation.
there are monsters in my dreams. I'm scared.
Hi, Sunnyside. Hi, Zephyr. And
Mom had something to tell me, but I can't remember what it was.
Melvy's expression darkens. She takes Wanshi's hand and leads him away from her colleagues who are preparing to leave for the day. In the corner, Melvy's voice turns stern.
Wanshi, haven't I made it clear? You're not supposed to talk about Mom when you're out here.
Terumi. Terumi said, sorry, baby Wanshi, but John Cena's not gonna do a Make-A-Wish anytime soon. He's evil Cena now.
Yes.
Listen carefully to what I'm about to say. She left right after you were brought to the Star of Life. You've never been anywhere else, and I've been the one taking care of you all this time.
But Mom told me I came from Earth.
Impossible.
There's grass there, and flowers, soil, big trees, birds, and the ocean. None of that is fake.
Enough, Wanshi. You're just being delusional.
Oh, Wanshi clamps his mouth shut, his breathing quickening as he glares at Melvy with visible displeasure.
I don't blame you. You don't understand. But you must never say these things to anyone else. Absolutely no one. You have no idea what kind of danger that could put you in. The nightmares, you'll get used to them. You'll forget them eventually, Wanshi. Be a good child. Dinner will be here soon. You should head back now and don't come to see me tonight.
He's just a little guy. Give him some hugs. Wanshi sniffles.
Aunt Melvy.
Perhaps realizing her harshness, Melvy softens her tone.
Never mind. If you really want to stay with me, you can help me with the medical records tonight. Same as always. You can help me move the stool. Don't touch any medicine, though. And that goes for everything else. If you behave, I'll give you a wish card. How does that sound?
Little man. Wanshi's eyes instantly light up.
I'll be good.
Be good about what? Melvy pulls Wanshi behind her protectively as she faces the middle-aged man with dull golden eyes. I don't know about this guy. He looks a little weird. The man, look, he's rendered a little differently. I think he may be a bad man. The man leans down to greet Wanshi. His name tag briefly flashing before the child's eyes. What's your name, little one? Seeing the man's white coat and name tag, Wanshi decides to trust him.
I'm Wanshi.
Hello, Wanshi. What brings you here? Why are you out with the doctor?
I'm going on duty with Aunt Melvy.
Melvy. Melvy. I've heard that name before. A colleague might have mentioned it. Kugawa Kurano straightens up and turns to Melvy. I'm Kagawa Kurano. You must be the new pediatrics. I haven't seen you around here before.
Who are you? What do you want?
Under Melvi's glare, the man gently pats Wanshi's hand. Get your hands off him! Stranger danger! White curls shift between fingers as Wanshi looks up at the adult patting his head, only to find their gaze still fixed upon him. Wanshi, there's something I need to ask you. He pauses for a moment before asking the question that matters most to Wanshi. Do you remember your mother?
Mother?
The word strikes a nerve with Melvi. She instantly tightens her grip on Wanshi's hand, ready to flee at any moment.
So you're one of those people interested in the So you're one of those people interested in the experiments. I don't know what she did after going to Earth. Nobody does. Wanshi has nothing to do with her anymore, so stay out of this. Besides, this is Babylonia, not some place where you can hunt for test subjects as you wish.
Wanshi looks bewilderedly. My last name's Wilder. Why am I having trouble saying this? Wanshi looks bewilderedly between the two people in white coats. Trusting Melvi more, he follows her instructions and answers the man's questions in all seriousness.
I don't remember. I don't have a mother.
Wanshi, don't answer him.
Did Melvi tell you to say that?
Please leave immediately, or I'll have to call security.
That won't be necessary. I just need to confirm something with Wanshi.
Whoa!
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa! Whoa! The man pulls a gun from behind his waist and raises it towards Wanshi. What the heck? Whoa! That went to a 10! Melvi lunges forward, screaming something inaudible. Wanshi remains still. This is his first time seeing a gun, probably. The dark barrel of the gun looks him in the eye. Then searing pain explodes through his head. What the heck?
Ooh.
I'm awake. Wanshi sit-ups on the maintenance platform and takes a deep breath, feeling the vital fluid surge rapidly through his entire body. That was crazy. Holy shit. Let me blow my nose real quick. Oh my gosh. That was wild. Holy crap. Wanshi sits... That was crazy. Wanshi sits up on the... Oh, wait, I already read this part. Wanshi turns his wrist slowly clenching and unclenching his fist, just as he did years ago when he first awakened at the Star of Life. The sealed laboratory is silent, with him as its sole occupant. It's an ordinary day. While the rest of the Strike Hawk carries out their mission on the ground, he undergoes compatibility testing for his new frame Babylonia. Kamui, come back, brother! The door at the back of the sealed laboratory slides open as someone drags in diagnostic equipment.
Same old?
That's my friend Ty Coker! He voices him now! Go on, you can be Asimov too.
Yes, involuntary memory data retrieval. The 7th occurrence this month. The adverse effects only show minor MIND deviation, but the frequency is abnormally high. I've temporarily switched you back to your old frame.
Looking sleep-deprived, Asimov connects the diagnostic equipment to an equally exhausted Wanshi. His brow furrows deeper as he studies the displayed waveforms.
Frame changes do typically cause mind deviation, usually resolved after an adjustment period. But you requested this frame quite a while ago, and the compatibility period isn't short either. These minor issues shouldn't be occurring anymore, theoretically speaking.
Then the problem lies within my mind itself.
I spoke with the doctor who handled your transformation yesterday. The situation was critical at the time. He had to seal away the memory data, causing mind instability, or the transformation would have failed. You were already aware of this situation. weren't you?
I did not say it like that, Zephyr. You little. I was nice about it. I said, that's my friend. And I was like, you can be Asimov too. You're trying to play me right now. Try to play me. I think that
Can't
Pat
believe it.
I think that Pat is doing a great job. I think that Pat's doing wonderful. I want to cancel you on Twitter, sorry. Wanshi nods.
Such complications during emergency transformations aren't uncommon. Usually your memories from when you were still a human interfere with the process, and sealing them away helps maintain a degree of mind stability in constructs. I advise against awakening these memory data. We can't predict the consequences of forcing them out, although you've started assessing them already without yourself knowing it. I'll have your leader request an extended adjustment period for
Chrome.
now. Avoid taking on any critical missions. We'll need a commandant's assistance later. Whether to release or reorganize the chaotic data deep within your mind, or to reinforce its containment. Either way, your mind needs to be stabilized in a controlled environment.
Sure.
Go and get some rest.
Wait.
Hmm?
New frame compatibility. Let's give that another try.
What do you mean?
If it's just a slight deviation, I can learn to ignore it. It's like learning how to get used to dreams. The long goodbye. Lucid dream. Rated R. Have you ever, I'm curious, Pat, have you ever seen any of the Punishing Gray Raven stories? Because they're long. I'll let you know that. They're long.
Only, like, summaries. I haven't sat through one yet.
Okay. Well, guess what? You're going to sit through this one now.
Super excited.
A shrill alarm blares from the monitoring equipment, drawing the attention of nearby staff.
Warning, red tide movement detected in area AQ. Establishing communication with local recon personnel.
The operator in charge of the area immediately pulls up the ground communication feed. The video feed is distorted and blurry, only showing rapid movements on the other end. At least the audio transmission remains clear. Reporting on red tide movement in area AQ. It's been over 44 hours since the last red tide movement. 30 minutes ago, a new movement was detected. It has submerged an environmental monitoring station, confirming red tide activity. The red tide appears to be targeting conservation's areas 189 and 190. The red tide is moving southeast from the northwest at an average speed of 20 kilometers per hour. Speed is expected to increase to 30 kilometers per hour within the hour. Estimated arrival, conservation area 189 in 12 hours, followed by area 190 in 13 hours. The situation is particularly critical as both conservation areas serve as fuel supply units for Babylonia. Red tide contamination would pose a severe risk. Based on the reassessment, I recommend immediate evacuation of all residents and engineering personnel.
Acknowledged. Evacuation preparations for both conservation areas were completed this week. Ready to proceed at any time.
Thank you for the follow, Legit Mythical K. The operator's fingers move across the control panel as his eyes scan through multiple screens. Screams, wow. I have a little bit of a lisp, guys, just letting you know. He pauses when a particular note catches his attention and studies it for a few seconds.
Do you require dispatch assistance? This is standard protocol, but I know you rarely need it.
The rapid movement in the video feed gradually slows down. This time I do. Please dispatch 1 or 2 scouts to assist me.
Copy. The nearest scouts have received a support request, but as this area has always been stable, it might take some time for them to get there. If necessary, we can redirect the team currently on a mission in 2 conservation areas.
Oh, thank you, Mythical. Will was a very fun character to play in Wisteria. He was awesome. I enjoyed him. Very relatable too. Too relatable. Not necessary. I'll wait for the other scouts to arrive. The brief moment of casual exchange fades as both the scout and the dispatcher quickly return to their professional demeanor.
Maintain stable communications and continue monitoring the red tide.
As the dispatcher ends the call, a figure suddenly emerges from the corner. Wait! Thank you for the follower. Thank you for the follow, Misha. I said thank you for the follower. I hate when I read stuff and I say what I'm reading. I'll be like, thank you for the follower. And I'm like, that's not what I'm supposed to say. Grr. It's okay. Behind the new dispatcher, the monitoring equipment under his charge blinks with red warning lights. There's an abandoned building 80 kilometers northwest of the conservation area 189, right in the red tide's path. We detected an unknown signal there 2 hours ago. I dispatched several nearby constructs to form a temporary squad for investigation, but they completely lost contact after receiving the support request. There was also an elite construct from Sophiasburg, who volunteered to join them. They've lost contact with them too.
So, you're telling me the provisional construct squad has gone missing? And their last transmission was a distress signal?
I'm sorry. I started laughing at that line because Zephyr will understand, but I have a friend. my internet son Bibble. He has this thing that he says where he's like from a video that he watched, and it's, so you're telling me that old McDonald had a farm? So that has now ruined the word. So you're telling me, because every time I hear it, my brain goes like, so you're telling me Old McDonald has a farm? Anyways, that was a short ADHD tangent. The rookie nods vigorously while handing over additional documents. And there's this. Some data was transmitted along with a distress signal. We can confirm this building was once a research facility, but there's no records of it in the Science Council's archives. After glancing at the transmitted data, the usually stern dispatcher draws a deep breath before turning to check the information on other nearby teams. Report. Oh shit, that's you. Sorry, my bad, brother. You go on ahead. That's all you.
Report this data to command right away, and send me a copy of the provisional squad's roster. I'll coordinate the support. There should be 2 task force and a commandant on standby in conversation? That's what we're having. In conservation areas 189 or 192.
We're voice actor guys. We're voice actors.
The closest one is... I get paid to read.
I know, it's crazy,
I'm not good
isn't
at
it?
Though.
Also, I have a question for you. So, when you got the audition, did you also say commanded?
Oh, Christ.
Did you also say commanded?
I did. I said commandant.
I thought that was what it was,
didn't get
too.
corrected until the first session.
I know, that's what I got correct on the first session, too.
I felt so embarrassed.
I was like, yeah, that's commandant, right? And then I got in the session, they were like, commandant. I was like, what? My world was completely shattered when I learned that. Man. I know people in the fandom still say commandant, which say it however the heck you want. But man, the actual pronunciation is like commandant, and that like threw me for a whole loop. Information about 2 search and rescue capable teams appear on the screen as the dispatcher initiates communication. Dang, I'm in the Wanshi mobile?
Information about the squad needing assistance to your terminal. Can you confirm receipt?
Oh, I know that's Commandant. The human sits in the speeding transport vehicle, studying the detailed mission briefing on their tactical terminal, the Wanshi mobile. With recent increased red tide activity near the conservation area, the Grey Raven Commandant and their squad are assisting with evacuation preparations within the zone. From the last night until tonight, 2 partial evacuations have been conducted in the conservation area, led by Liv and Lee respectively. According to the original plan, the Grey Raven Commandant would handle the last group of residents. Liv would return at dawn and escort them to the temporary shelter with the Commandant to rendezvous with Lee. Just now, as the scouts issued a red tide anomaly warning to the conservation area, Babylonia also dispatched an urgent support mission to the Grey Raven's Commandant.
You'll have to lead the 2 station constructs to provide support. The scouts over there will assist your team.
Damn, watch you now, Batman. If even native English speakers are bamboozled, then I will not be ashamed. Yeah, I legit was like, yeah, that's Commandant. They're like, no, it's Commandant. I'm like, who?
You can't let it affect you too internally, but the second I got corrected, I felt like a fraud. I was like, oh God, what am I doing?
You're like, who am I? No.
It was in the session. It was one of my first lines.
No, it's so funny because Stephanie was like, no, everyone, all the other actors thought so too. So it wasn't just us, but I wanted to check and see if you were one of them too.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's so funny, man. Because that got me. I was like, who the heck is Commandant? That don't make no sense. Okay. Yeah, we read that. You already read that one.
The mission takes place in an abandoned research institute. Your objectives are to search for the recon squad members and gather any research data you can find. Most importantly, the red tide will engulf the mission area in 9 hours. We have to evacuate before then.
Roger. As the mission communication ends, the construct driving the transport vehicle turns her head back excitedly. Sandy? All right.
These guys.
I've been stationed at Conservation Area 189 for over a year, but this is my first time carrying out a support mission like this.
Me too. Urgh, I can't take this.
Sandy gives Greg an overly dramatic pat on the back.
He gets nervous about everything at first, but he's actually quite reliable when he needs to get the job done. Commandant, I hope you can be patient with him.
Don't worry too much. It is just a routine mission.
I really can't. Sandy, open the window.
Huh? You're actually gonna throw up? I mean, you're a construct, for God's sakes.
Sandy scrambles to lower the window while Greg immediately leans out and starts dry heaving. I like these guys. The cold wind rushes into the vehicle, but is kept at bay by your winter gears. Spring may have arrived, but this northern location still demands respect for its low temperatures.
We're almost at our destination. Don't mess this up at the final moment. The Commandant's watching, you know.
The transport vehicle runs over a rock, causing it to bounce twice. The jolting motion makes Greg's vision blur.
What's that?
Panting from his bout of nausea, Greg manages to recalibrate his visual modules and spots several shadowy figures lurking in the darkness ahead.
Watch out! Swerve right!
As Greg makes out the shapes clearly, he raises his gun while shouting,
Hetero creature spotted!
those scary little bastards. Sandy yanks the steering wheel hard. The tires screech against the ground, their sharp sound mixing with Greg's gunfire.
Oh, we're in a car vehicle. I
Oh,
thought
yeah,
we were
no.
in a spaceship.
Nah,
So-
we're in a vehicle. We're in a
when it was
mobile.
So when it was like you ran over a rock, I'm like, rock? Space rock? What are you talking about?
No.
Ran over a rock.
That's why I said the Batmobile, because it looked like a car. I saw the steering wheel and I was like, I guess we're in a car. Okay, what is it? On the right, too. Spotting the danger, you raise your weapon and shoot back 2 hetero creatures, just as they're about to latch onto the vehicle's rear.
There are over a dozen of them to the left.
What's going on? The red tide shouldn't be here yet. Did it speed up? Why didn't I get any warnings from the scouts?
No red tide readings on the surface either. I don't know where they're coming from. I said I wasn't cut out for this. It's my first mission and everything's going wrong.
Get yourself together! A hetero creature leaps right onto the vehicle. Well, wow, I dyslexic that. A hetero creature leaps onto the right window, its massive jaws gaping at you. Despite his agonizing screams, Greg springs into action, lunging past you. He shoves his gun into the hetero creature's mouth and unleashes a barrage of bullets. Seizing the Zephyr said, why are the creatures straight? Well, if you play the game, you'll understand why the hetero creatures are called the hetero creatures. Hold on, let me catch up some of the comments. Watching this while playing the story in PTR makes the lore more enjoyable than usual. It does. It's very fun just hearing other people read it out right now. You know, this is teaching me the story does get more interesting. I told you, like, I do respect the earlier chapters because it is good. It does have good character moments and character building, but I do feel like the overall story does get a lot better after those like earlier chapters. Gives me a great joy seeing the cast of the game stream PGR. I love this game so much. It is a fun game. I was saying earlier in the stream that at first I was just playing it just for like research purposes, and then I kind of got addicted. So yeah, it's safe to say that I come on here and I play my dailies very often. The diversity in voices for each character just make this more comedic. Hey, we got to make sure that we understand who's talking. Follower received, Pichu Mari. Oh, my little lady. My little lady. Same, bro, same. Actually playing the Wanshi's latest chapter right now. So fun. Right now we're doing the story bits for it. We haven't gotten to the gameplay yet, but I can't wait to show y'all how cracked I am at this. Once I show you guys how cracked I am at the gameplay, ooh, y'all are gonna be like, what? Okay, back to reading real quick. Seizing the opportunity, Sandy weaves the car through a series of sharp turns, throwing the remaining hetero creatures off the vehicle.
Caught me off guard.
See? I told you Greg was reliable. Pretty awesome driving skills, right? Should I try to apply for the support force once this mission's over?
I think you're celebrating too early. Look in front.
You know what you sound like? You sound like a southern Shaggy, Patrick. Like Scoob. Look in front. I love that. With a trembling finger, Greg points in front of the transport vehicle. A dense swarm of hetero creatures blocks the end of the road, ready to prey upon the lone transport. Oh, someone followed. Who's that? Thank you for the follower, Raiden X Dante. Or is it Raiden? There's so many pronunciations for that name. I'll go with Raiden for now. But thank you for the follow.
That's our target facility up ahead. No way around it. We'll have to fight our way through them to get inside.
The two constructs turn to look at you simultaneously. They've only spent a few days together, but they've already grown quite familiar with each other. We're forcing our way through.
Roger that. Herp!
The engine roars as the transport vehicle suddenly accelerates. With it, the inertia pins you to the seat. Grrrr! The transport truck plows through the hetero creature and crashes into the building amid a chorus of shrieks, the impact sending shockwaves through the vehicle.
This is it! There's a door ahead! Let's rush in! Make sure to seal it shut behind us!
I thought we were supposed to meet some elite construct at the target location. Where are they?
The three of them leap from the vehicle with weapons in hand and rush into the building. While running, you check the information displayed on your terminal once more. The construct who should be meeting us here is... Don't look back. Just keep running. A voice calls out from above the building. I don't know how far away he was. I would have re-recorded. I need to do another take. No, I'm kidding. And the three of you instinctively dive forward. A moment later, a hail of bullets rains down from behind. Oh, behind shot. After diving into the corridor behind the door, you finally look back to see a white figure leap down from above, firing freeze rounds through the fierce wind to immobilize the shrieking hetero creatures in place. Get the door shut! After dispatching the hetero creatures at the front, the construct strides towards the door while support drones provide a comforting blanket of covering fire from behind. You shout out the... Well, I didn't even get a chance to read that. Wanshi! Cool little title card. Bro he got that Sly Cooper treatment. We can play! Let's see what everyone's been saying. Hi, Ishmari! I haven't seen you in so long. Hello! They pin you on the sea. Whoa, hang on now. Don't be rash. That's my dad. Now that's a back shot. Hey, yo, whoa, hey, whoa, hey. One shot, one kill. All right, let's do it. Game's great. I've already played PGR before, so I'm like, this is nothing new to me, but I'm ready to see the story and what's going on. Establishing connection. Follower received. X Monroeville, thank you so much for the follow, dude. All right, let's see.
Phew, that was way too close. The hetero creatures almost had me buried.
I'm the scout who sent out the red tide anomaly alert. I came here to be on standby after receiving the support request.
Thank God you showed up. Really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Wanshi eliminates most of the hetero creatures outside, buying time for the three of you to rush into the building. Everyone takes shelter in the sealed corridor of the research facility, using this brief moment of respite to check their equipment. You finally get a chance to look at Wanshi's new friend. You start eyeing him up and down. Wow, Wanshi, you really started working out, huh? Ah, wow, very nice pectorals. I heard you submitted an application for a new frame recently. Is this the one? Yeah, just got it recently. My current mission is to monitor red tide movements.
Hold on a sec. Is this where the last squad that came here was confirmed missing? Sandy and I tried scanning the area, but we didn't pick up their signals.
It might be due to the facility's internal jamming system. Before you arrived, I did some preliminary scouting. I didn't pick up any signals either, but I can confirm they were here. They took the same path we're on now. Wanshi points to the side of his ear. The Hawkeye system. It's a test device that the Science Council installed in frames. You can think of it as a portable version of the Spear of FOS. I can see that there's more information in this corridor alone than I expected. So you're picking up more traces than just those from the last squad. Yes, both the old and new information are layered together. The oldest traces were left by the research facility's personnel. The more recent ones, from about 2 years ago, were left by deserter constructs from Babylonia. There are traces of ascendants, too.
So, this place is an Ascendant stronghold?
It used to be. Greg falls silent, and Sandy gives him a familiar pat on the back.
And here I was hoping this facility's projects would be somewhat normal, without any mutants. Now we find out we're about to walk right into an Ascendant's nest? I'm definitely going to be a dead weight.
Thank you, She, for the follow. Thank you. Welcome, welcome. I'm not done yet. Greg's like, fuck. Greg nearly faints on the spot. Greg's like, get me out of here. The anomalous signal this last squad was tracking remains deep within the research facility. Wow, whoa, I'm so glad that I guessed it was facility. But similar signals are scattered throughout other areas of the building. Perhaps there are hints inside that some other constructs have left behind, like this one. Calm down, you heathens. I see you. I see all of you in the chat.
Like.
I see all of you in the chat. Man. Wanshi walks past Greg and Sandy. See, we have to give Greg and Sandy at least standout voices, so then you guys are more invested in them. It's all part of the plan. All part of the plan. Wanshi walks past Greg and Sandy to reach a cluttered corner, where he picks up a heavily damaged terminal that still blinks rhythmically with light. It's Babylonia's standard issue military equipment. Yes, but it's not the latest version. With nimble fingers, Wanshi dismantles the old terminal. Nimble fingers? Wanshi dismantles the old terminal. Sorry, guys. And extracts the still intact transmitter inside. The signal light's blinking pattern changes. Listen, I get it, guys. I get it. Its color shifting to red. Someone made a makeshift signaling device from spare parts telling us to press forward.
I can't make any sense of this. It's not even a signal that Babylonia's constructs learn. What makes you so sure this was intentionally left as a hint?
Yeah, this makes no sense to me either. Wanshi, we want to be careful if this facility was once an Ascendant stronghold. This could be a trap. Don't worry. I know exactly what this construct was trying to do. It's a special signal that Shorthold and his team used. Only those who've been on missions with him would recognize it.
Shorthold?
That is not the accent. Shorthold! There we go. Shorthold is the former leader of the Scarab Squad. He's been missing for quite some time now, though. While the Ascendant has returned Shorthold's nameplate by the shore, the group was never expecting to run into this hint that Shorthold had left behind in this abandoned research facility of all places. Everyone has sensed that there is something out of the ordinary. I didn't get to read the rest of it. Wanshi carefully tucks away his terminal and heads deeper into the research facility. Let's head deeper. This is the way to go. Unless Shorthold's trying to screw with anyone following his trail.
What? What do you mean by that?
Hard to say. What Shorthold is pointing to, it could be a clue. Or it could be trouble. It might even just be his way of saying hello. Question mark? Though, this signal doesn't seem like a friendly greeting, that's for sure. I worked with him many times when I first started going on missions. He had a habit of handling most of the difficult problems ahead, leaving signals behind and entrusting any unfinished business to those who followed. Whatever unfinished business he left behind would sometimes snowball into even bigger problems, and I had to work overtime to take care of them. But there were times when his unfinished business was nothing more than his lame attempts at being funny. Oh, my wife! Sorry. While you never knew this leader from the Scarab Squad all that well, everything Lamia said by the shore a year ago has stayed with you, who took the nameplate ever since.
Peace.
You feel complicated listening to Wanshi's description of Shortall while looking at the message he left behind. Yes, everyone loves the fish. Hee hee hee. Can you detect when these signals were left behind? If it hasn't been too long, we might still have a chance. It's been there for a long time, left behind around when he was declared missing. If there was any chance to escape, he'd crawl his way out if he had to. Ellipses. Wanshi's bangs fall forward and hide his discretion. What are you laughing about over there?
Where were they before?
I don't know, bro. I guess they're out of his eyes, man. Wanshi's bangs fall forward and hide his expression. Let's proceed with caution. My favorite thing about Wanshi's personality and how caring he is. You guys are always... We kept gameplay time now. Now I get a break from speaking. Let's look around first. Be careful.
Understood.
It's you!
Copy that.
That's me. Oh, Greg and Sandy sound different. It's okay, though. Scribbled drawings, messy brushstrokes, and pages full of smudges reveal the mental state of the creator. Reading on a fairy tale written in childlike sentences can be found. It seems strangely familiar. Several pages of the story are missing, their whereabouts unknown.
Toys? Books?
Everything's a mess. The Babylonia construct remains. What happened here?
Stay alert. There's still quite a bit of punishing virus.
The Ascendant use this place as
Oh.
their base after all.
She cut you off.
It's not just the Ascendant.
She hates me. A lusterless teddy bear next to a small mangled body.
I thought that said a lustless. Well, I hope so.
A lustless teddy bear. Alright. Let's familiarize ourselves with this again. Wait, no. I do not need familiarizing. I know what I'm doing. Watch this. Oh shit. You know, I need you. Yeah, watch these guys. Watch these.
You're weak to seeing the bigger
Watch
picture
this.
now?
Boom. Easy. I clear room fast. I already killed them all. You see that? Hey, yo. I'm so good. Damn.
How is it possible for the punishing virus to be inside here?
They say that lab got wrecked. All the punishing virus has leaked out.
Get wrecked.
Is this why the Institute was wiped out?
Probably. Just leave me alone. I'm just a guy trying to show you guys how good I am at games. Damn, I can't even show y'all that I know the combos because they die so quickly. Childhood innocence and dreams, abandoned and scattered.
All the specimen tanks were shattered.
The enemy were paper
Biological
anyways.
experiments, maybe.
They sure are.
Are these tests? They were actually using children as specimens.
It's okay. They'll get better with each update.
I still have another shot.
There we go.
Your weakness has been fully exposed.
There we go. Oh wait, I don't have any ammo. It's okay.
Nowhere to go.
I'll just do this.
Nowhere to hide.
I'll blow them all away.
You're weak. Seeing the is my choice.
I lock in so hard. My brain is like, remember the combo, remember the combo.
Pretty good at this.
Thanks, dude. You know, I practiced just a little bit. You know, it's just, I mean, I didn't practice. It's all just natural talent. All natural. Perhaps when every tear is shed and every drop of blood is drained, the pain will end. Bars. Broken construct remains. A frail body is imprisoned here, undecaying, unable to find release even in death. Its remains endured, aging and fracturing, gazing at intruders with its broken presence. Such is the fate of the children who couldn't escape. Damn, bro.
Put the triangle down.
I know if about to play a song for me.
Seeing the bigger picture now.
Alright. Catch the gun. Do that, and then hit him with
Nowhere to
this.
go.
Nowhere to hide!
Hello? Greg? Sandy?
Did we lose Sandy? Oh no. Oh no! We lost my character! I'm gonna cry.
Your weakness is my choice.
Damn, Sandy didn't last that long. Oh man. I was digging it.
Nowhere to go.
Nowhere to hide.
Something's off. Commandant, Greg and Sandy may have found something. I'll try and read any of the ones. Don't go there yet. Come to me first. We've got a situation here. Cutscene time.
God, such a cool gun.
It is. that's that's me when I freaking that's me when I step out of bed and the boogeyman grabs me. Man, no, I love Wanshi's revolver. I just love revolvers in general, so I'm biased. As you walk up to Wanshi, wind rushes through the passage behind, carrying what seems to be the metallic scent of blood. Oh my god, they're already gone. You were right, Wanshi. Greg and Sandy are probably in trouble. Acting on instinct, you carefully dodge aside and raise your gun at the darkness behind you. Only static crackles through the comms. Wanshi doesn't respond.
Oh my god. Did you die?
Ellipses question mark. Sensing something amiss, you grip your gun and quickly back up 2 steps to Wanshi's last known location, carefully peering into the room. The scene unfolds before your eyes. Something seems off about Wanshi when a corrupted suddenly springs from the pitch-black void behind him and drags him into the depths. Wanshi! Pure reflex takes over. You lunge forward and manage to grab Wanshi by the wrist just before he's dragged down. But the consequences of acting on instinct are all too clear. Wanshi when Kamui pulls him out of bed. Kamui's like, wakey, wakey! Both you and Wanshi are yanked out. Can you give us a wakey, wakey, Patrick, as Kamui?
Yo! Wakey, wakey!
Oh my goodness, that's so adorable. I love the way you voice Kamui so badly. He's just so cute. Both you and Wanshi are yanked down into the void from which a cacophony of crashing sounds comes. Damn. Despite your spinning vision, you stagger to your feet and fire several shots at the blurry shadows ahead. The Corrupted fails to dodge as the bullet finds its mark. The Corrupted releases its grip on Wanshi and rapidly retreats down the long corridor ahead. When you look in the direction where the Corrupted disappeared, you see nothing but the marks carved into the ground by its exposed framework. Wanshi, are you okay? As you slowly regain your vision, Wanshi comes into view. With his brows furrowed and revolver clutched tighter, he appears distant and dazed. The Corrupted. Something's strange about it. Let's forget about it for now. I suspect that they remind the fluctuations in you when we were up there. Is it because of the new frame? Guess what, Patrick? You're gonna be Commandant now, because you need someone to read.
Okey-dokey.
But I should be fully adapted to this by now.
Establish a mind connection with me now.
Alright. Oh, someone said I think Pat's voice for Kamui is perfect, because Kamui is just very adorable.
Thanks, Sonny. Much appreciated.
Unlike the calm of the previous connection, you feel turbulent waves as soon as Wanshi's mind beacon enters your mind.
Babylonia would never allow you to descend in this condition.
Allow you to descend into this condition. It's okay. You get to witness both of us mess up. You see, even us voice actors, we mess up often. There were only minor mind fluctuations before, and even Asimov gave it the all clear. This is the first time something like this has happened.
Whoa!
This probably has something to do with the Corrupted just now.
Huh?
Wanshi's memory data spirals out of control, throwing your mind into complete chaos.
No. There seems to be something else in your mind?
Who could it be?
Oh my god.
I like their new end screen thing, because before it was like just basic end screen, but now they have like a little portrait of the character next to it and showing the missions and stuff. Drip, drop. Drip, drop. In the endless darkness, water drips next to the ear. He wants to reach out and touch it, but not a single muscle in his entire body would cooperate. He can feel himself being dismembered, skin peeled away, muscles slashed apart, and before his unsupported flesh can scatter across the ground, it's already being remolded into something new. His entire body feels submerged in filth, yet simultaneously, a new form takes shape. He tries to take a deep breath, only to realize that this new body doesn't breathe. He attempts to move his fingers, and finally, the joints at his extremities twitch slightly. Kill me. Time blurs into itself as he raises his brand new head, while red light flickers through the gaps in his joints.
Mom.
As he looks up, all the adults stare at him with visible tension, each wearing white protective suits that seal them completely, leaving not even the smallest gap exposed.
Wait. Hold off on the next step. The punishing is about to exceed the concentration limit. No, wait! It already did!
Bless me. The needle on one of the monitors rapidly swings past the safe zone, prompting the man watching the gauge to immediately press the nearest button. He suddenly finds himself unable to breathe, as if the constant flow of energy from the air into his body has been completely drained, leaving him in discomfort. The wide, thick metal clasps on his body slowly begin to tighten. He springs into action, flexing his new arm with all his might. He tears through the supposedly unbreakable restraints as an adult screams in shock.
The emergency protocols have failed! We can't contain it! Stop! Stop right now! Everyone out!
The adults seem terrified of his approach, frantically rushing toward the door. Outside the window, people are shouting.
Don't open the door!
You go right on ahead. Take him. This is yours.
Don't open the door. The punishing concentration in there is far beyond what we can handle. He's gone haywire.
Free from his restraints, he advances eagerly toward the adult in the room, as if answering to the voices from outside the window.
Abandon the test subject. Everyone evacuate. Do not approach this lab.
Don't leave.
Even the respirator can't muffle the child's terrified scream.
Goddamn.
Once she jumps upright in bed, making Freckle in the next bed jump with fright. Melvy doing her routine. Don't laugh at Freckle. Leave Freckle alone. Doing her routine patient checks, turns to look this way. The child curls up on the hospital bed, still trembling from fear. It takes a long moment before he can find his voice.
Those things again. Was that me? No, it wasn't me.
Another nightmare.
Long accustomed to such scenes, Melvy continues signing the child's bedside cards without even looking up. However, after signing the cards, Melvy pauses at the sight of tears welling up in Wanshi's eyes. With a sigh, she pulls a colorful card from her pocket and bends down to place it beside Wanshi's pillow.
Since you didn't cry during your nightmare, here's a wish card as a reward.
Wanshi sits up and retrieves his collection of cards from under his pillow. He hands them all over to Melvy.
I want to use them all now. Let me stay with you today.
No, Wanshi. I have too much work to do.
Melvy refuses without hesitation.
Besides, you have a mission too. To rest well and focus on your rehabilitation.
Seeing Wanshi still silent, Melvy pushes another access card into his hand.
Well, how about this? You can go to the VR rehabilitation room today and play some games. Your favorite treasure hunter. Here's the access card. Just go and say hi to the doctor there.
I don't want to go anymore.
Why not? You can get rewards. Plus, it'll help with your rehabilitation.
I don't want to do rehabilitation.
Wanshi covers his head. Yo, Wanshi plays Monster Hunter World. Sure does. Treasure Hunter World.
It's all so crazy. I can't even tell if it was a nightmare or not.
Chaotic memories surface in every dream. Try as he might to process them, each time he finds himself drowning in their depths. It's as if foreign memories have been crammed into his mind, leaving him unable to tell whether these dreams belong to him or someone else. He tries to tell Melvi about it, but she can't explain these bizarre dreams, just as no one can explain how a child who spent years in a coma shows no signs of mental regression. The child's distress makes Melvi pause for a moment. After a brief hesitation, she gently strokes Wanshi's forehead.
Wanshi, try to forget about them. They're just nightmares. It's all over now.
Even Mom was just a dream?
Melvi's hand freezes mid-motion, and her tone turns serious again.
Listen carefully, Wanshi. You're just sick. Your brain is creating hallucinations, making up dreams when you see making up dreams where you see your mom and all those other things you mentioned. If you don't try to remember them, your brain will mark these as useless information and gradually throw them away.
Melvi's terminal chimes. She glances down at it and immediately rises to her feet.
I have to go now. Something's come up. I'll come and check on you tonight until another doctor comes. Stay here with your friends, okay?
I'm sorry, Aunt Melvi, for bringing up things that I shouldn't have. I'll be good. I'll forget them. I'll throw them away, Aunt Melvi.
Seeing Wanshi curl up again, Melvi seems to have more to say, but with the terminal ringing, she can only leave behind 2 pieces of candy. As soon as the ward door closes, Freckles struggles to sit up in the adjacent bed.
She's so good to you, isn't she? At least you get to see her every day. She even gives you snacks.
Freckle points at the empty leg of his pants.
No one from my family has come to see me even when I'm like this.
Here, have some candy. I'll share with you.
Freckle accepts Wanshi's kind gesture. He unwraps a fruit candy and pops it into his mouth.
Wanshi has given Freckle candy!
Wanshi has given Freckle a treat.
Whatever. It's not like getting better is such a good thing anyway. Once you recover, they'll ship you off somewhere else. The same thing will happen to you.
Huh?
What? Are you planning to live here forever? As soon as you're better, the Star of Life will transfer you to the youth center.
What's the youth center?
It's where they send all the kids who don't have moms.
Damn! Freckle crunches down on the fruit candy with visible irritation.
I heard over there, they wake you up before dawn for shots and medicine. They won't let you eat or sleep. There's even this mean old witch who punishes people.
Really?
I don't care if you believe it or not. Just enjoy your time here while you can. The moment you get better, the doctors will definitely send you away. Why not skip your VR rehab today? Nothing wrong with staying hooked up to the respirator and leg supports, right?
Will Melvi let me stay?
Do you think she will? She's not your mom. You're not her only patient. She's got so many other patients to look after. Remember when her terminal went off? Remember when her terminal went off earlier? Did she choose you or the other patient?
Freckles' words grow more grating with each passing moment. Wanshi tightens the strap of the portable respirator behind his head and hops down from the bed barefoot.
Where are you going?
My mom would never lie to me. She said I'd find her, so I definitely will.
Wanshi clutches Melvi's access card. This card opens more than just the VR rehabilitation room.
If I can't find her in Eden, then I'll look for her on Earth. And I'm not coming back if I can't find her on Earth. I'm not going to go to some youth center.
The YMCA. Freckles mean, bro. I'm like, dang.
I was giggling earlier when she like woke up and like startled him because I just imagine like Freckles like what the fuck?
Freckles like,
What's
what
wrong
the
with you?
Freckles like, dude, Jesus, calm down, man. We all got problems. Shit. Man, no, Freckles a little bit of an asshole. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. He's a little mean. Inside the room, Melvi hands over a paper document to someone in work clothes.
This is Wanshi's file. He must have been born in Kowloon. Kowloon? Because
Kowloon.
Kowloon. Okay.
Mhm.
Kowloon.
Thank you for the follow, Mara.
Babylonia has no record of his birth, though he has all other documents.
Let me see. This child has been in rehabilitation for so many years. It must have been quite challenging taking care of him.
That's not too bad.
Melvi deliberately avoids reacting to the phrase, so many years. She had falsified the timeline to conceal Wanshi's unique circumstances. If she doesn't do this, those who refuse to let go of the projects will soon notice something's wrong. By then, the threat of Wanshi's life might be far worse than just a toy gun. Even now, Melvi still feels the same fear from when Kugawa Kurino pulled out his gun.
That guy was so cool.
That guy was crazy. She is still far too removed from the blood and fire of reality.
Wanshi! Come here.
Ignoring Wanshi's stumble, Melvi yanks him behind her. The commotion catches the attention of the nurse station. The scene startles Wanshi too.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that.
You didn't do anything wrong. What exactly are you trying to do?
The man ignores Melvi's anger and continues questioning Wanshi. Wanshi, do you remember this?
I don't remember.
As Melvi covers Wanshi's mouth, he waves the gun again. It's just a toy. It's just a toy. Before he can hand it over, Melvi snatches the toy gun away in anger. I was like, damn, bro, went from 0 to 100 so fast, man. That was crazy.
What do you want him to remember? To remember having a gun pointed at him?
He just might end up remembering this, you know. Kugawa Kurino's gaze remains fixed on Wanshi, studying him intently as if searching for something different about him. Melvi falls silent as if sensing something. The nurses and doctors who rushed over asked with concerned expressions. Melvi, what's going on? I heard a loud noise earlier. And you are...
Everything's fine. Please take Wanshi back first. I'll watch over him during my shift tonight.
Kugawa Kurino remains still, silently watching as the nurses take Wanshi away. Everything looks fine. What's all the fuss about? I just want to give the child a toy. Turns out I have a soft spot for kids.
I already already decided to keep him away from everything that has to do with Project Recall, including... I'm gonna mess this up.
It's okay. I mess it up all the time.
Wangsu?
I don't remember. I know I've heard it, but I don't remember how it's pronounced.
I'm sorry, Chet. No.
It's okay. You
Especially
can beat us
Wanshi.
up later.
I don't know what you're playing at, but you need to stop checking on him from now on since everything's okay. He deserves his own life, free from burdens imposed by people. He will be an ordinary resident of Babylonia and do what he wants to do. If I see you again, I'll sound the alarm immediately.
The inspection's complete. His record checks out. He can be transferred to the youth center today. Has all the other paperwork been processed?
Everything's been taken care of.
All right. Sign in the temporary guardian field. It took us a month's worth of running back and forth to get this done. Babylonia's welfare system is quite a hassle, but you know that's just how it is, right? When it comes to children's rights, we have to be rigorous.
Of course.
Come to think of it, you aren't particularly close to his mother, so why did she grant you temporary custody of her child?
We used to be colleagues.
Doctor Mother.
You won't see this in his record due to project sensitivity.
Melvi signs the document. Meanwhile, Wanshi comes out of the ward, clutching the ass.
Clutching the ass.
Clutching the access card Melvi gave him with sweaty palms, his nervousness evident in his every movement. Oh no. What Freckles said still echoes in his ears. Catastrophic misread. Pardon. Chat clip that. No. I have trouble reading sometimes. I have trouble reading. I have trouble reading. Leave me alone. What Freckles said still echoes in his ears, and he's made up his mind. He won't continue with rehabilitation. He doesn't realize he's already lost his chance to delay rehabilitation. Melvi hasn't told him that his recovery has been successful and has reached the level of a normal child, so he continues his aimless search for a place to go. He wanders the hospital corridors, his presence now a familiar sight to the doctors, who see him as their most obedient patient and tacitly? That's a new word, I've never seen that before. Tacitly allow his freedom, yet none of them knows what is running through his mind. Where am I supposed to find Mom? Where am I supposed to find this dream that Aunt Melvi talked about? Even if it's nothing but a fleeting dream, he still wants to chase after it. Because it's the only thing he has. He breaks into a jog, something he only managed to do just last week. The wind gently brushes past Wanshi's ears, accompanied by the bustle of voices. He sees many guardians bringing their children here for treatment. He suddenly doesn't want to see those adults anymore, so he keeps running until their voices fade into the distance. Seize him! Cut his throat! Stop! I've had enough. Oh, this is a beautiful image. Finally, he comes to a stop in a corner he's never seen before. Artificial sunlight streams through the slats. I would say the slits of the Venetian blinds. Venetian blind man. He finds himself drawn closer. He tiptoes to the lift blinds. He tiptoes to lift the blinds and peers down below. Whew! Wow. I'm an actor, guys. I'm an actor, guys, man. He witnesses the other side of this world. He sees it on the platform near the spaceport. Several people, I've played in this area before, several people in white coats sprinting with a stretcher, carrying a motionless person on it.
Why are you so late? Hurry, hurry, hurry! Hurry up! You in the front!
You think we got back late on purpose? There are several more still in the transport aircraft! The stretcher disappears beyond Wanshi's view as people carry it away. The agitated construct covers their face, spins in the same spot twice, and then looks up aimlessly at the people rushing past. Wanshi stares in confusion at their exaggerated movements. When the construct's... Shut up, Peach. When the construct's gaze sweeps in Wanshi's direction, he instinctively ducks down and hides by the window. His breathing, muffled by the respirator, becomes unusually pronounced. After a long movement, Wanshi finally stands up and carefully steals a glance at the window. More people gather on the platform, and there's fluid pooling on the ground, but it's not the kind of blood he's familiar with. Wanshi turns to look at the stairway behind him, knowing that the steps lead to the other side of this world. A minute later, the sound of a child's footstep echoes faintly through the stairwell. My little man. Would you like...
Circulation system is completely down.
Excellent. I'll get the spare connection cables and vital fluid replenishments. Should be some in the maintenance room 6.
Don't bother. It's over.
The two doctors stand in the corridor looking at the construct that has lost all signs of life. After barely a second of silence, they pick up their maintenance equipment and move on. A massive assault on the ground battlefield today has strained the resources of the construct maintenance department. Many constructs can't even make it to the maintenance rooms and are forced to receive emergency treatment in the triad hall? That's what I'm going to say it. The triad hall.
Notify her squad mates. Hurry up. Maintenance room 12 is free now. Prep for surgery. And don't forget to wash your hands.
She has a family in Babylonia. Her squad mates have been notified.
As long as they're notified, that's good. Don't space out. Back to work.
Just as the doctor finishes changing into a fresh medical gown, they turn around and feel someone bump into their leg. A child wearing a respirator stares at the doctor, whose hands are covered in vital fluid.
Where did this child come from? Get him out of here now.
Thank you for the follow, Snowman. Enjoy watching us struggle to read.
Ooh!
A tall construct steps forward and covers Wanshi's eyes. There's Short Alt. You can be Short Alt because Short Alt shows up quite a bit with some scenes with Wanshi, so...
Is this child also a family member? We already had another one outside who wouldn't leave us alone.
That can't be right. He's wearing a pediatric ward wristband. Another construct, whose head is covered in condensation liquid, approaches and gestures for Short Alt to hand Wanshi over to him. He must have taken a wrong turn. I'll lead him out. He shouldn't have come here.
Cyan? Cian?
I'm gonna say Cyan.
Cyan. Go ask around the inpatient ward. God Christ.
There we go. You haven't read for a while. Now it's time for you to suffer.
Go ask around the inpatient ward if anyone's missing a child. I'll keep watch here. We've got several patients on maintenance stations that can't be left unattended.
Roger. Amid the chaos, a flustered construct grabs Wanshi by both arms and carries him out of the emergency hall like a small animal. I'm sorry. All I'm imagining is just like I'm imagining like you grab like the cat by the scruff of their neck and just lift them up like from the back, like how lion cubs are lifted up by their parents. That's what I imagine they're doing with the Wanshi.
Please put me down.
Wanshi recalls seeing something similar on Freckles' terminal, where the people kidnapped would struggle and scream let go. Following what he remembers, he makes his request in the most polite way possible. Little baby. At the end of the corridor, another boy demonstrates the proper way of doing that with his shouting.
Let me go! Let me go! Darn it! Get out of my way!
Cyan's expression turns grim at the screams outside. After a final glance at the female construct who has lost all vital signs, he carries Wanshu in the opposite direction, hoping to avoid the commotion. The boy with the blue-purple hair lunges forward and grabs Cyan's leg. His action is so desperate that it draws the attention of even the busy doctors.
What did you do to my mother? Who's his mother? He's a family member of that construct from earlier.
Oh,
Both the husband and wife became constructs. They sent their child to Babylonia when they enlisted.
damn.
Don't bother. With injuries that severe, there would be nothing we could do, even if we use every medical supply in the maintenance room.
It's so great to know I'm not the only one dealing with this. I'm sorry. People wouldn't have died. I kept watch just a little longer back then.
My dad disappeared after coming here last time, and now you want to take my mom too? Get out of my way!
The new intern doctor strides over the tangled mess of equipment wires and approaches the boy. He places a hand on the boy's shoulder. A corner of the emergency hall falls silent as everyone watches intently, waiting to hear what comforting words the doctor might offer. Your mother will be fine. She's just severely injured and needs to enter stasis.
Stasis? Construct stasis?
Yes. Our current medical technology can't restore her mobility right away. She needs to stay in stasis for a while before she can be treated.
For how long?
Well, many years? Probably until you grow up. How old are you? The intern doctor's voice trembles.
7.5.
Then, in 8 years, 8.5 years. Maybe when you're 16 she'll wake up. The anger and sorrow in the boy's eyes begin to fade, replaced by a glimmer of hope, like a tiny flame struggling to stay alive.
8.5 years. I can wait.
That's right. You can also do something helpful, like going to medical school to become a construct doctor, and coming back here to find a way to wake her up. Career paths are chosen very early these days. I see so many young interns here at the Star of Life. But I'm not one of them. I'm not that young anymore. What are you talking about? Maybe you could go into research, become a scientist. No, that's too dangerous, and some scientists go crazy from all that studying. How about becoming a construct? No, that won't work either. That's even more dangerous. Vital fluid is dripping from the intern's unwashed hands onto the floor.
That's enough. Take half a day off and go get some proper rest.
The rambling young doctor and the boy both gaze toward an unreachable future, both seemingly convinced it'll come true, whether they're the deceiver or the deceived. Bars. That's a bars-ass line. Need that on my as tattooed. The other doctors turn away because they cannot bear to watch anymore, focusing instead on saving the constructs under their care. An unsettling serenity permeates the entire construct maintenance department. But a child's voice shatters the moment.
No, she's dead.
Damn!
She's dead. Everyone's been lying to you.
Wanshi. The spark of hope in the boy's eyes flickers out, leaving behind nothing but a cold stillness. Oh. Wanshi has no memory of how he made it back to the pediatrics ward. His memories are a blur. He vaguely recalls breaking free amidst crying children and panicking adults, only to run straight into Melvi, who had been searching for him. Melvi scoops him out of the crowd and pulls him away just in time to avoid an incoming medical cart rushing past. What happened after? Melvi, trembling with fury, drags him back to the pediatrics ward.
Why did you sneak out like that? I trusted you completely and you used my keycard.
Melvi stops mid-sentence, pressing her hand against her forehead in frustration.
No, this is my fault. I never should have given you my keycard.
I'm sorry.
Wanshi knows he probably should say something. Wow, I added multiple words that didn't exist. Wanshi knows he probably said something wrong again, but he doesn't understand why.
That doctor not only lied to him, but also wanted him to become a doctor in the future. He lies, and Aunt Melvi teaches me to lie too, but isn't lying and deceiving wrong?
From the window of this empty room, the Star of Life Emergency Center is visible. Melvi glances outside, seeing only the sea of flashing emergency lights. The day is ended, and even the artificial sunlight has gone to rest. Yet transport aircraft continue bringing back wounded warriors.
How am I supposed to explain this to you at a time like this?
Melvi turns away from the window and crouches down to Wanshi's level. She places her hands on his shoulders that are still too frail to bear any weight.
Lying may be wrong, but not everything is black and white. Sometimes, even lies can save lives. None of these make any sense to you now. Of course, you're so young, and how long have you really been in this world? But I hope you'll never have to face these choices yourself. That you won't have to learn to understand my words the hard way.
Melvi brushes Wanshi's curls away from his forehead and gazes into his bright golden eyes.
Aunt Melvi?
Next week, you'll be going to the youth center. It's a new place where you'll meet many new friends, and there will be plenty of caretakers looking after you.
Aunt Melvi, I know I messed up.
What's that?
I'm sorry. Please don't send me away. Can I please stay with you?
Melvi pulls Wanshi into a tight embrace.
We've put too much burden on you. It's not good for you. I'll make this right by keeping you away from all of this, so you can live the life you were meant to have, the normal life you deserve. Life at Babylonia's youth center will be good, so you don't need to worry.
Wanshi rests his head on Melvi's shoulder, tears falling silently. He knows he's made a terrible mistake, one so grave that it's cost him his chance to stay with Melvi.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
This day burns itself into Wanshi's memory. He cries for what feels like forever, until exhaustion finally puts him into sleep. What happened after? Thank you for the follow, Volpies. He has no say in the matter. A week later, they take him to the youth center. My little man.
Woo!
God damn, man.
Ooh.
I'm whenever I'm watching and reading things, I'm a bit too empathetic. So, so when Wanshi starts crying, my body goes like, it's time to cry. It's terrible, but man. Who has some tissues? I'm out. Who cut the onions? Oh, I'm so sad now. Yeah. Same. All right.
Why don't you telling that other kid that his mom is dead? Just,
Yeah.
like, straight up, that one got me.
That I was like, oh, that hit me. I was like, woo. Because it's like, it's so in line to what a kid would do, especially like in that situation of not really like knowing how to, not knowing how to interact with people. Like he's never really interacted with other people before, other than like Melvi and then like a couple other of the doctors. But other than that, he doesn't know better. He doesn't know. Thank you for the follow. Zig! Hi! Thank you for the follow, Zig. Okay. Whew. Man, that was heavy. Alright. As the volunteer gently urges Wanshi forward for self-introductions, his eyes immediately catch sight of the blue-purple hair among the crowd. Evidently, he noticed Wanshi too. More obvious still is how clearly unwelcome Wanshi appears to be. During Wanshi's first group activity session and communal lunch, the boy of blue-purple hair speaks his first words to Wanshi since their second meeting. Oh my god.
Get lost and go back to where you belong.
I love his little pajamas. Having nowhere else to go, Wanshi ignores the boy's comment and scoops up food from his plate. In an instant, the boy reaches out and snatches away Wanshi's spoon as well.
Whoa.
Pello! A volunteer nearby
Sir?
notices the commotion at the... Sir Pello! The commotion at the table and approaches. Calling out the boy's name, they retrieve the spoon and place it back in Wanshi's palm.
If it weren't for you, my mom would have woken up by now.
Woken up?
Wanshi recalls the doctor's lie to Pello, but this time he decides to keep the truth to himself.
Pello, you've broken the rules twice today. If it happens again, there will be consequences.
But he was the one who started it.
What could Wanshu have possibly done to you? He's only been here for a day.
Not here, but at the hospital. The doctor said Mom just needed to rest, but he kept insisting. He just had to say that.
The volunteer seems to understand what Pello wants to say and leads him away. For the rest of the day, Wanshi doesn't see Pello again. Wanshi and the other children his age are encouragingly ushered into a room filled with toys. The floor is soft, and there are many things he has only ever seen through Freckles' terminal, but never in person.
Freckles mentioned.
I know Freckle mentioned. As Wanshi sits behind the safety slide watching the other children line up for their turn, he can't help but think these activities pale in comparison to being Melvi's little assistant. What a little auntie's boy. Even as the artificial sky outside grows completely dark, Wanshi never once climbs up the slide. On this quiet night, Wanshi silently slips under the covers. As the first child taken in by the youth center after Pello, Wanshi happens to be assigned to the same dormitory room as him. Oh, they're roommates, oh god. Oh god! Oh god! The room assignment doesn't bother him as he becomes completely absorbed in examining everything in the dormitory. Everything except the nightlight on the desk captures his curiosity. Pello finally returns, completely ignoring Wanshi on the upper bunk as he goes straight to sleep. A faint creak of the door wakes Pello. Against the glow of the nightlight, a silhouette stands by the doorway.
Huh?
Pello snaps awake and shouts at Wanshi in a whisper.
What are you doing?
I don't want to sleep. I want to go outside.
Are you crazy? Haven't they told you that you can't leave after the lights are out?
No?
Fine, do whatever you want. Just don't drag me into it when you get caught, you pest.
What did the volunteer lady talk to you about? Did she give you a piece of her mind?
No, she just told me I could refuse to share a room with you. The youth center has empty dormitories. We could each have our own room.
And you didn't say yes to that?
She also said that I'm older than you, that you still have nightmares and never slept alone back at the hospital, and that you're really timid.
I'm not timid.
Wanshi lets out a yawn.
Why aren't you sleeping? You're yawning.
Because I have nightmares when I sleep.
Oh. So what they said is true.
You're outside right now. You are committed. The commitment is astounding. I appreciate it. Pello flops back onto his pillow, still as grumpy as ever.
I have nothing to say to you. Just go back to sleep. Today's a rest day. You've probably been playing with them all day, right? Things aren't going to be easy starting tomorrow.
What's happening tomorrow?
A lot of things.
Wanshi shudders.
Getting shot in medicines before dawn, not being able to eat or sleep, and there's even a mean old witch who punishes people?
What are you talking about? It's just classes and activities at the Basic Education Center. They simply group children my God.
My God.
They simply group children of similar ages from the youth center together for lessons. You're the youngest in our group, and I'm the oldest. Once you've reached 13 or 14 here, you can start thinking about your career path. I'm a bit older, but I'm still grouped with all of you. Probably have to leave this place when I turn 16.
What are you gonna do after you leave?
None of your business.
Oh, so what's a basic education center? Is it just a place for classes? What's basic education?
Whoa. You sure are full of questions, huh?
Like a fledgling that has accidentally flown into human society, Wanshi remains curious yet cautious, carefully absorbing every new word encountered.
Well,
Are you always this slow? Don't you find it annoying?
Pello's voice keeps rising. During their brief exchange, Wanshi gets pelted with various labels, none of which he feels are particularly flattering.
the doctors never said that about me. I'm not stupid, I'm not a pest, I'm not slow, and I won't get lost. It's wrong of you to talk about me like that.
Go away! I'm trying to sleep! This is your last warning!
Why do you always talk to me like this?
Wanshi's expression tightens as well. They're so cute. I know that Pello hates his guts, but their interaction is so adorable.
Doctors, that's all you ever talk about. But weren't you also dumped here by doctors? Did any of them ever adopt you, even when you loved them all this much? How are you any different from me? Everyone abandoned you. They sent you away. Tossed you aside like garbage. Ugh!
Before Pello can finish his insult, he's violently interrupted. Wanshu slams into him, ramming straight into his chin and sending him reeling backwards, nearly causing him to crack his head. Damn! Pello freezes for 3 seconds, just 3 seconds, before leaping from his bed as if mortally offended, retaliating without a moment's hesitation. Damn! The two end up in a scruffle. Fortunately, the rapid footsteps of the staff on duty soon echo through the hall, bringing this little drama to an end within minutes. Dang! Wanchi said, "Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth!" On only his second day at the youth center, Wanshi receives punishment. Today was supposed to be their batch's enrollment ceremony. According to the other children, the boarding students like them would attend the same classes as the commuting students from outside, learning the same subjects. According to Pelo, the difference is simple. Commuting students have parents, and boarding students are orphans. Wanshi hasn't met any of the commuting students from outside yet, so he's quite curious about them.
If you hadn't bumped into me, we could have attended the enrollment ceremony. It's already noon. Why aren't they back yet?
Noisy chatter echoes from the other end of the corridor as the new students finally return from their entrance ceremony. Following their teacher's guidance, the students file into classrooms on both sides of the corridor. The group of new students gradually thins out until only the boarding students from the same batch remain at the corridor's end. As the children pass by Pillow and Wanchu, they stare curiously at the two hanging their heads in shame. Some who understand what the pair did wrong begin to snicker.
Looks like the new kid has gone bad with Pillow.
What do you mean by gone bad with Pello?
I'm not bad. Yeah, right. Why else would the dormant supervisor punish you?
Natalie makes a face.
All right, quiet down, everyone.
Seeing Pello infuriated, the volunteer gives him a warning as well.
Pello, stop causing trouble.
I wasn't the one who started it!
Volunteer's like, Pello, shut the fuck up, okay?
I haven't done anything!
Weren't you the one who started insulting others?
Hey,
That's enough stubbornness for now. It's almost lunchtime anyway. Thank goodness neither of you got hurt. Don't let that happen again, Pello. Go on inside.
Don't let that happen again, Pello. You need to stop that. The youth center volunteer exchanges a few words with the supervising teacher before waving to Pello. Wanchu tries to follow Pello to the classroom, but a volunteer gently holds him back.
Wanshi, come with me.
Wanshi sits in the chair, wringing his hands. As Melvy's distinctive footsteps approach from behind, Wanshi turns around to greet her, barely containing his excitement.
he can notice her.
He's like, I know how you walk. He's like, I know how she walks. I know how you walk. I know how you talk. I know you. Though they've only been apart for a short while, he already misses her deeply. But the moment he sees Melvy's face, Wanshi freezes. She's angry. She heard about it. Oh, man.
I heard you got into a fight, and you started it?
Melvin questions Wanshi with a stern expression. Thank you for the follow, Mika. She is clearly rushed here from the Star of Life, still in her work uniform. Wanshi apologizes. Oh,
Bless you.
instinctively, holy crap, that caught up on me like that got me. My model's gonna be like, hey man, where'd you go?
I'm sorry. Please don't be mad at me.
Thank you.
Was there a
Thank you
fight?
everyone for the bless you.
Are you hurt?
Huh? He's fine. We checked and they're both okay. Neither of them went all out.
Before Wanchu can say a word, Melvy pulls him up from his chair, lifts his arms and legs for inspection, and begins examining him thoroughly. Thank you for the follow, CC Mimp? Mimp? That's what I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna guess it said.
Do you have your portable respirator with you? If you're having trouble breathing, put it on right away. Your hair's getting a bit long. I should have given you a trim back at the department.
Call you Chen? Okay. That is what I'll call you. Instead of scolding, Melvy frantically checks on Wanshi and takes out a sky blue lunchbox. When she's done checking him and sees that he's unharmed, she sets the lunchbox on the table with a hint of anger. Yeah, Melvy is that parent. That's what I'm getting. Melvy's the parent to be like, oh, you got into a fight? Did you win? Good. That's funny.
Fresh out of the Star of Life and already picking fights. Quite the troublemaker, aren't you? Well, never mind. Let's get some food in you first.
Merv opens the lunchbox to reveal a pitch black mass of chaos that emanates a terrifying
Ew.
smell. Oh my goodness. Oh,
It might not look like much, but it should taste good.
no, I'm okay. I don't
I
want it.
cook like this at home sometimes,
Mm-mm.
too, so don't worry about
I
it.
don't want it. I'm okay. Wanshi sits at the table and takes a few bites before hanging his head low.
I'm full.
Full already? You've only been here a day and you're eating even less than during your rehabilitation?
He said, "Get that crap away from me."
Wanshi,
Wanshi's tears crash onto the dining table. Oh.
is the food bad?
No. Hello started it. He said none of you wanted me anymore, that you all wanted to throw me away. Mom insisted on sending me to Eden. I did everything she said. I ate my meals properly, I slept quietly, but you all threw me away anyway.
That's not true. No one wanted to throw you away. You just couldn't stay at the hospital anymore. You need more people looking after you. Volunteers, caring individuals, teachers. This is the best place for you. Besides, only with proper education can you qualify to be an ordinary citizen of Babylonia. You're the smartest child I've ever met. Even if you're a bit younger than the others, you'll excel in your studies. Babylonia is where you'll have a future.
There's still a way. You could adopt me. If you adopt me, I can be a commuting student. I'll study hard, I promise.
I'm not qualified to adopt. I shouldn't even be visiting you. I know it doesn't make sense to you, but this is the only thing I can do.
Melvy is a busy person. Her visit today seems to be merely to check if Wanshi is hurt, and she's quickly called back to the Star of Life by an incoming call. Man, working mother. Having failed to secure adoption, Wanshi trudges back with his lunchbox, shoulders slumped. No sooner does he sit at the boarding students' table than he notices Pello glaring at him once again. Having been caught staring, Pello looks away and lets out a contemptuous snort.
What is it this time?
Pello takes a spoonful of soup, acting as if Wanshi hadn't spoken at all. Wanshi opens the lunchbox and takes a moment to brace himself. Despite being a brilliant doctor, she's a terrible cook. But he decides to eat it anyway. Whatever Melvy gives him, he treasures deeply. Just as he steels himself to dig up an unidentified object, Pello finally breaks their silence.
Well, didn't think you'd have some... didn't think you'd have someone watching your back.
Well, I know someone who's dying to hear this. Darcy.
What?
You don't get it. Look, she wants to adopt you, right?
The light in Wanshi's eyes dim.
No, she's my doctor. She's the one who brought me here.
But she still comes to see you. That's what having someone watching your back means. Besides, she's a doctor. That's the best profession there is. When I grow up, I want to be a doctor too, so I can save my mom.
Wanshi knows which topics to avoid around Pello now, quietly wolfing down the meal Melvy prepared, barely even chewing. But the envy in Pello's eyes is impossible to miss. Remembering how Pello broke down crying at the emergency center that day, Wanshi swallows a mouthful, steels himself, and pushes his lunchbox forward.
What?
Want some?
I don't want any. What makes you think I want that stuff?
It's okay. You can have some.
Pillow gets sent to the hospital.
Go on ahead. This is all yours.
Everyone, this way! Our next stop is the Earth Hall. Remember what your teacher told you before we left? Stay quiet now and reach out with care to touch our home.
The children line up and file through the door, barely containing their excitement. In the center of the hall, a projection of the blue planet slowly rotates, revealing her beauty and serenity to a new generation that has never set foot on Earth.
Go ahead. You can reach out and touch it.
At their teacher's encouragement, the children gently touch the Earth's surface, creating ripples of aqua blue light. After a brief silence, white seagulls suddenly emerge from the surrounding darkness. The ground beneath transforms into coastal sand, and a hermit crab crawls past the children's feet, carrying its shell. Whoa!
That's cool.
That's pretty dope.
Babylonia recreates many of Earth's original ecosystems. The sunlight, the vegetation, every breeze. Everything you see here originated from Earth. Humanity shares an unbreakable bond with Earth. One day, we are all going to return to our homeland.
The children reach out to touch the Earth, their eyes filled with wonder at the beautiful yet unfamiliar sights.
All right, you have 30 minutes to explore this place. Make sure to assemble back here on time. We still have many other halls to visit.
You haven't mentioned the most important part.
Huh?
The punishing destroyed everything. In mere decades, it left Earth in ruins.
A middle-aged volunteer from the youth center waves his hands. I thought, all right. Manipulating the virtual Earth as it completes its rotation. A dark crimson spreads across its blue surface. The lights of civilization fade away as black smoke rises from the craters. Dang, brother. They're just kids, dog.
Wait, don't tell him these things.
The volunteer gives Mika a brief glance before continuing away. What a jerk. Your peaceful life here in Babylonia, your education, your very future, all of this exists because people have sacrificed themselves for you. They faced the enemies on the front line without fear, fighting with mortal flesh to reclaim Earth's soil, inch by inch. You're different from your classmates. Most of your parents have sacrificed their lives on the front lines. Their comrades in Babylonia entrusted you to us, allowing you to grow up under public care. You must always remember why your parents gave their lives. Never stop asking yourself, will you follow in their footsteps and continue their noble cause? Or spend your life as mediocre beings in Babylonia's greenhouse? Dang! The children stare at the volunteer, completely lost. Me too, brother. I'm just a kid. A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
That's enough! They can barely understand what it means to lose their parents. Why are you forcing their predecessors' fate upon them? I'm going to report today's incident to the youth center. If you can't take responsibility for their future, then stop giving them such irresponsible guidance.
Once again, the children turn to Mika with bewildered looks. They're like, what is blood blabbering
All
about?
right,
I just want to play
everyone.
Fortnite.
Let's head to... All right, everyone. Let's head to the next exhibition hall. The next one houses the Gestalt.
Nice!
I love the Gestalt!
Mika runs the free period short, herding the children at the front toward the exit instead of letting them explore the Earth Pavilion as planned. At the back of the line, Wanshi whispers to Pello.
My mom didn't sacrifice herself.
Follower received. Kimmy. Thank you for the follow, Kimmy.
Thank you. Yeah, you're right about everything. My mom's in stasis too.
Let's not talk about that. What does mediocre mean?
Ordinary?
So, Aunt Melvie wants me to be mediocre.
Useless?
Well, I don't want to be mediocre.
I could care less.
I like their interactions. That volunteer is such a patriot in the worst way possible. Bro literally looked at them kids. He said, so anyways, guys, your parents gave up their lives for the cause. So you can either choose to give up your life for the cause too, or you can basically be lesser than and disrespect your parents. I'm like, dang, dog. What are you blabbing about? They're 5. They're learning about addition and multiplication. They're just so mean. After returning from the exhibition hall, the children from the youth center gather for think of the children center gathered for dinner as usual. The volunteer who gave the emotional speech at the exhibition is nowhere to be seen. Wanshi, bro was dismissed. They said, seize him, slit his throat. Wanshi chews slowly as he recalls the sights from earlier today. Birds, soil, the beach, everything seems so real, if not for the exhibition's hard floor beneath his feet. He knows that both day and night outside are merely simulations of Earth's ecosystem, with weather limited to either sunny or cloudy. He's experienced so much more on Earth. An adult and a child sit atop a hill, sheltered from the wind and rain by a massive oak tree. The rain subsides with leftover droplets trickling down from the leaves. Only when the sky completely clears does the woman turn to the boy sitting beside her, giving him a slight nod. I almost said no D. I was so confused, bro. Bro, sometimes the way that they write it, like they put sometimes the way that they put it, it kills me because I'm like, wait a minute, hold on a second. Oh man.
Rain stop. You can go and play now, Wanshi.
I want to play in the wheat field.
No, you can't. The wheat awns are gonna prick your hands.
Wanshi looks at one of his fingers, where a small cut remains, a remainder of when he secretly snuck into the wheat field to touch the wheat heads.
What about the beach? It should be safe now since the tide is out.
It's dangerous. The sea has always been and will always be dangerous.
Mom, do I have to stay under the tree today too?
Never mind. Go play by the sea.
All right.
Having gotten permission, the excited child dashes out from beneath the sheltering tree. He runs across the damp, soft earth, carefully avoiding blooming wildflowers as he makes his way down the slope toward the beach. I agree, SKA. I'm like, I love how the tree is in the middle and then there's like destruction on the right and there's just nature on the left. It's just such a nice juxtaposition between everything. Very, very soothing. And also very, very, grim. He lived beneath a tree with a silent woman he called Mother. When the rain cleared, Mother would speak to him, teaching him how to read and telling him about the various creatures of Earth. Mother doesn't like the sunlight on clear days, but he does. The sun warms the sand just right, making it pleasant to walk along the beach.
Ah!
A stone rolls out of nowhere and trips him, causing him to fall hard onto the grass and scrap his knee. Poor baby boy.
What the? Who are you?
Another boy? He just can't get it. He He just can't. He can't catch a break today, man. He's public enemy number one.
I hope this kid doesn't bully him.
A child in white lies hidden among the grass, scrutinizing the fallen Wanshi with intense curiosity. Okay, he's more curious. All right.
You look just like her. So you're her real child.
Who are you? Why are you crouching here in the grass?
I've been hiding in the grass. I didn't want you to see me, so you wouldn't know what I'm up to.
Have you been in my mom's world all this time? In my and mom's world all this time? I read that so wrong.
The child hiding in the grass grows visibly upset at these words.
This is my world. You're the one who's connected to here from the outside. Yet I'm the one who has to hide from you. Wanshi?
His mother's voice echoes from nearby. Wanshi gets to his feet and sees her searching for him.
Don't tell her you saw me.
The child shoves Wanshi, sending him tumbling down the slope. He just can't get a break, bro. For the first time, Wanshi sees everything from a tumbling perspective. The sky spins above him, the flower petals reveal their varied hues, and the grass blades show their tiny, serrated edges. Rather than feeling angry about being pushed, he focuses on committing everything before him to memory. Glass half full kind of guy.
You're being silly again. Have you been spacing out for too long? Haven't you been spacing out for too long? God damn it.
Wanshi stops chewing, puts down his spoon, and exchanges an uncomfortable stare with Pello.
If you start trouble again, I swear I'm gonna...
That's not what the surface is really like.
Their conversation catches the attention of the other children who too are refusing to eat their meals properly.
The surface isn't just beaches and seagulls. There are so many beautiful things down there. How do you know all this? Don't tell me you've been to the surface. I saw it from... I've never been there. I saw it on some grown-up's terminal.
Halfway through his sentence, Wanshi remembers Melvi's stern warning and cuts himself off. Stifled giggles ripple across the dining table.
I know. There's the punishing down on Earth.
A boy with a quiet voice slowly raises his hands.
My parents died in battle. Their sacrifice earned me permission to come to Babylonia. Haven't you seen the machines growing red, glowing red? Haven't you seen people's limbs blown off?
Dang, man. Wanshi recalls his own nightmares, which also feature machines glowing with that same red light. The boy turns his clouded eyes towards Wanshi.
Wanshi, is the surface world you see in the terminal really as wonderful as you think?
Mustering his courage, Wanshi stands up from his chair. As his feet press against the padded floor, he tries to imagine the feeling of real soil beneath.
Yes. There must be many good things left on Earth besides the punishing.
The child begins to speak, stumbling over his words. He begins with the seascape he glimpsed today. Beyond the shells, fish swim in the briny waters. The sand isn't all soft and fine as one might think. Some mud flats are too dangerous to walk on barefoot. They tell us about an eternally golden wheat fields and warn us never to touch their sharp awns. I think I probably missed a word. They speak of towering trees with thick canopies, of deep beds of fallen leaves. Beneath these trees grow not just the same vegetables as in our greenhouses, but also morning dew, wildflowers, wild grass, and ladybugs with 7 spots on their backs.
And there's rain. And when the rain stops, birds fly through the trees. Not seagulls. Not seagulls. These birds have gray-tipped wings and beautiful patterns on their bodies.
Do they shed their feathers?
Yes, I heard that feathers feel soft and light to touch.
More and more children turn to Wanshi, to listen to him describe landscapes they've never truly experienced.
You feathers? Oh my god, I almost did the Kermit thing. This is the other.
Yeah, this is purple.
Do feathers have a smell? Why would anyone press their face against them to find out?
No, of course not.
The children burst into laughter. Artificial sunlight streams in from outside the youth center, illuminating a frail child at the dining table as they eagerly discuss the sky, the earth, and what real sunlight and moonlight must be like.
Are we ever gonna see what Earth is like with our own eyes? I think my mom and dad are down there. Of course! I'm definitely going down there. I'm gonna need to find...
Remembering Melvi's word of caution, Wanshi holds his tongues. His tongues starts speaking in tongues. Shit, baba. He gazes at the artificial sky beyond the youth center, wondering once again if his mother, whom Melvi sees as a terrible threat, is still waiting for him somewhere on Earth. Warning, blowing my nose.
Yeah.
Alright. I think once we do this gameplay one, we'll probably be done. Man, we got 4 out of 26 cleared. Oh, brother, I may have to schedule more than just 3 streams. I always underestimate how long they are. That's why I was like, let me pick 3 streaming days. That should be enough. And I'm like, every time I get proven wrong, I'm like, no, it's not long enough. Several months pass as Wanshi settles into a routine life. On this day, after classes and activities end, Wanshi heads back to the dormitory alone instead of walking with the others. Earlier in the dormitory hallway, he spotted several constructs standing awkwardly behind a volunteer, interacting with children under the volunteer's guidance. The youth center has recently started accepting commissions, occasionally bringing constructs here to carry out assigned tasks. Wanshi recalls the constructs at the emergency center and the fluids. He has learned that it's vital fluid. It's just like human blood, and losing too much of it means death for a construct. Yes, I will be streaming them at the exact same time. If anything changes, I'll make a post on Kamari and then also Kamari and Corey on the Twitter accounts for both of those, just to keep people updated. But tomorrow I will be streaming as well. I'm not sure if you'll be joining me though, Patrick. Would you want to?
If you'll have me.
Of course. I am 100% down.
Then I'll be there.
Follow recede. Thank you for the follow, Super. I will be taking a break. I'm not gonna just I'll be taking a break, I promise. My break is my time before the stream and a little bit after. He opens the dorm room and notices the items on his desk aren't where he left them.
Hello? No one. Did they come back here?
He closes the door and hesitantly sits at the desk, except all the lights in the dormitory go out as soon as he sits down. He hears rapid footsteps approaching from outside the door, while rustling sounds echo from all corners of the dormitory. He snatches the nightlight from the desk. Are they gonna throw him a birthday party? Bang!
Ah, yeah, baby! I'm so
Happy
good.
birthday!
Happy birthday! Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
A group of children jump out from the corner as party poppers explode above Wanshi's head. Glittering confetti bursts into the air, gently floating down to sprinkle across Wanshi's hair.
Birthday?
The dormitory door slides open as the screen on the desk lights up and starts to play a message from Gestalt.
Today is no... Oh, no, you go on ahead. Take it.
Today is November 5th, your birthday. Gestalt remembers this important day with you. Based on a comprehensive analysis of your reading preferences, I have prepared a gift Now sending
Sorry.
100,000 questions and answers. Complete guide to basic education. Plant biology unit review. Academic excellence series professional certification exam preview.
The protagonist, who knows nothing of his own birthday, stands silently with a nightlight in hand, gazing at the crowd before him. There in the wide open doorway in the Dai Li. Wow, Avatar? There in the wide open doorway stands Melvi, who hasn't been seen in ages, holding a cake with Wanshi's name written in the chocolate at its center.
Happy birthday, Wanshi. I probably never mentioned your birthday before. I'm sorry. From now on, we'll all remember it together.
Don't worry, I have a great memory.
The mischievous girl from that day steps forward, setting off another party popper above Wanshi's
She reminds
head
me of
as she
reminds me
giggles
of
along.
Frisk.
As Frisk, yeah. Frisk or Chara, or Kara, or however they say it. Turns out Wanshi's allergic to chocolate and he dies right here and now. Oh, that'd be so tragic. So awesome to be able to have my favorite chapter get voiced by two of my favorite. Oh, I appreciate that. I'm just glad that I could get Patrick to join in on it. I'm not too social, so I get very worried when I reach out to people and go like, "Hey, do you want to do this?" My brain goes like, they're gonna say no, and they're gonna be like, "What a fucking weirdo, bro." So when Patrick was immediately like, "Sure," I was like, "Oh, thank God." Whew. But it's been fun. It makes reading a lot easier, and it's also fun to have someone just to bounce off of. It's great. Turns out. Yeah.
Your chat is super supportive and nice. They're so fun.
I know, they're so awesome. I am not too social pie. Like, I will, if I see people in call, then I'll pop in and I'll be like, "Hey." And then I'll be like, I'll be really quiet and then I'll leave unannounced sometimes. Okay, let's go. We gotta get moving.
Here's your gift. My teacher once said that the livelier your birthday celebration is, the luckier you'll be in the coming year.
The other children join in with cheerful voices, presenting their gifts to Wanshu. Though the handmade presents rest lightly in his arms, they carry a weight that touches his heart. Pello steps out from beside Melvi and awkwardly shoves an item into Wanshu's palm. "Tsundere! Point at the tsundere!"
Here's your birthday gift, Baka. It's not from me specifically. The teacher said everyone prepare it together using the things you talked about.
The things I said?
Wanshi carefully examines the gift in his hands. Oh, it's a dream catcher. Yeah, I said that. Come on, Gim, I'm ahead of you. It's a dream catcher. Sky blue ribbons are woven around its hoop, with sparkling stones hanging below, and beneath those, a few feathers. The tips of the feathers are gray, just like the ones from the birds in Wanshu's dream memories. The strikehawks. No, it's just an owl. As the dream catcher sways gently, its feathers brush against his wrist with a ticklish touch.
The constructs that can go to the surface help collect these. If you want to say thanks, make sure to include them too.
Man. Wanshu notices the construct standing behind the crowd.
Thanks. Shall we blow out the candles and make a wish now?
I brought you a bento box too. It's a big one. After you're done with the cake, you can share it with your friends.
Oh, I want a bento box now.
We can talk about the lunchbox later. Let's let him make his wishes first. Wanshi?
Wanshi clenches his hand, keeping his expression mostly neutral.
Am I dreaming?
What do you mean dreaming? Everyone's waiting for you. Did you think you were sleepwalking or something? You're not dreaming. This life belongs to you, and it's all real.
As long as it's all real. That's nice.
Oh. Amidst the chorus of blessings, Wanshi closes his eyes.
What should I wish for?
This is his first birthday ritual, and his first time making a wish. If wishes really could come true, he'd want to know why his mother sent him to Eden, and what she's doing down on the surface. He wishes to never have nightmares again, to prune away those tangled, chaotic memories from his mind, just as Melvi suggested. He wishes that people would stay by his side forever. He may be young, but his dreams are endless. The world falls into darkness, with only the faint glow of birthday candles flickering dimly ahead. The candlelight illuminates fragments of memory data. He recalls his mother's promise when she first brought him to Eden, the moment he first opened his eyes at the Star of Life, and in the depths of darkness where he never dared to dream, a beacon shines. Sudden pain shoots through his head as a message transmits itself through the power of the wish. The beacon transforms from blurry candlelight into crystal clarity, taking only 20 seconds for the vital fluid to course through his entire body. After a moment of contemplation, all the memory data streams gravitate towards the beacon.
Wanshi?
The construct's eyes remain closed as you detect sealed memory data deep within his mind.
Something's wrong. A deep mind connection will be best, but that's not possible right now.
The mind beacon strives to calm the rippling waves of consciousness, attempting to probe deeper into its depths. Without warning, the chaotic memory data reveals its massive volume and launches a counterattack against the human mind beacon.
Damn it!
Watch out! Someone pulls you from behind, and just in time, in that moment of clarity, they sever the mental connection. Wanshi's eyes snap open as well, and together, you turn to face the figure that has appeared, a construct.
Rosetta?
I didn't expect our next meeting to come so soon.
What's going on? Your name isn't on the temporary squad's roster.
I wasn't part of the temporary squad. That's right. I joined them of my own accord. Conservation areas 189 and 190 provide energy for New Sophiasburg. I've been staying in the vicinity lately. The mission to explore this abandoned research facility isn't high level at all, but I remembered the experiments from the Arctic Union routes, so I just...
Rosetta shows signs of fatigue.
You must have come because you received my message, so you should know what's happening. Everyone on the team except me has lost contact. I need to find them before we can leave.
I understand.
Oh, I'm glad I'm not the only one that was feeling emotional during that. Great. Good. It's so cute that his birthday gift was a dream catcher scene that they're meant to catch nightmares. Yeah, exactly. That was what got me. That's why I was like, oh, it's a dream catcher. I was like, oh my god, they really care about him so much. I was like, that was the most sentimental gift Pelo could have ever got, bro.
But you guys don't look so good either. What's happening out there?
Probably similar to what you've encountered.
Wanshi stands up and adds a clarification.
It's not safe outside.
The red tide is spreading rapidly and will engulf this research facility and the two nearby conservation areas. We're running out of time for rescue and search operations. We've lost contact with our other 2 squad members, and as you can see, the Commandant and I were dragged down here too.
Dragged down?
Did you notice that corrupted that's only half corrupted? Rosetta shakes her head.
How did you get down here?
Bad luck.
Huh?
I accidentally fell down here.
Rosetta closes her eyes warily. Go on ahead, Oliver. That's all you, Patrick.
This temporary mission has been pretty straightforward. All the documents are in plain sight.
Oliver, this device is still operational. See if you can create a backup of its data.
Right on it, but I found a terminal. Want to take a look at it first?
Terminal?
The terminal in Oliver's hand is nearly destroyed, but it's still recognizable as a Babylonian military tactical terminal. Tactical terminal, man, that's a
Looks like constructs from Babylonia have been here.
It could be rogue constructs. The scans show no one's inside the building, but we should still proceed with caution.
The terminal suddenly crackles to life, its screen lighting up as a stream of corrupted data flows across it. Meanwhile, the same sound echoes from behind a piece of abandoned equipment nearby. Acting on instinct, Rosetta stops Oliver from investigating.
Stay here and back up the data. I'll go and check it out.
Soon after, Rosetta spots numerous terminals in a dim corner, stacked deliberately into what resembles a small mountain.
We need to report this immediately. This must be a stronghold for deserter constructs. Strange. All the terminals have similar marks, like they've been slashed. By a scythe?
Rosetta frowns as she picks up 2 terminals for inspection. The deep slash marks are clearly what rendered them inoperable.
What kind of weapon could have done this? Oliver, do these marks look familiar to you?
Ah!
Oliver?
Hearing the shout, Rosetta rushes back, only to find Oliver gone from where he was standing just moments ago. She tries to contact team members scattered across different areas, but each attempt is met with nothing but an endless silence. Without lingering, she swiftly reports the incidents to Babylonia.
Emergency! We've lost contact with all team members. Ugh!
She misses her footing and falls into a hole hidden beneath piles of scrap paper. So she's in her centaur form.
But it's already a blessing that you're safe.
Maybe. I did a quick survey of the area. There's a pile of construct remains over there. Someone deliberately gathered their terminals together. I found this.
Rosetta pulls out another heavily worn terminal.
This one is still transmitting signals at regular intervals.
Wanshi takes the terminal and fiddles with it for a moment, causing it to emit its familiar red glow once again.
Was it Short-Halt?
Short-Halt? The one that went missing from the Scarab Squad is here too?
Yes, but this time he left behind a lot of information. It's rather unlike his usual style. The terminal contains numerous voice messages. Wanshi's finger hovers above them for a moment before finally tapping the screen. After an unsettling stretch of static, a somewhat familiar voice finally comes through.
There's an egg here. Egg?
Upon hearing that familiar term after so long, you grow alert, and Wanshi furrows his brow. This voice sounds different from Short-Halt's usual tone.
I'm not sure if this is another one of the research facility's twisted projects, but the fact they're experimenting on children tells you everything you need to know about this place.
Yeah.
Child experiments. Just as I suspected.
The egg has hatched into a creature that now roams these halls. If anyone finds this place, exercise extreme caution. I need to avoid that creature and get the test subjects. Get those children out of the cultivation area. Hard to say if we'll make it. Haven't run into the thing face to face yet, but there are dead researchers and security personnel everywhere. All its handiwork. That's all for now.
The voice message cuts off, leaving the 3 in contemplative silence.
Could our missing teammates have been attacked by this creature he mentioned? I've seen strange battle marks up there. Not necessarily. Something's off about all the information. For one thing, neither the Commandant nor I have directly encountered this supposed enemy. Second, while it could be due to the signal distortion or a damaged voice module, this voice sounds different from Shortalt's usual one.
And then there's what he mentioned about the researchers and security personnel.
The research facility's destruction by punishing happened many years ago. By the time Shortalt arrived, no living humans remained. Only the Ascendants and the constructs temporarily following them. No one would set such a lame trap. I don't understand why Shortalt would say that. Perhaps there are areas we haven't investigated yet? If there really are undiscovered children out there, then in addition to finding our missing team members, we must add this to our mission objectives as well.
Nod. Great. Same brain cell.
I'm familiar with the routes in this area now. The next phase of our operation should go more smoothly. If you encounter the monster, eliminate it.
Rosetta tightens her grip on her weapon as Wanshi nods in silent agreement. You point at the dim corridor ahead.
Let's press on and find the cultivation area Shorthalt mentioned. We don't have much time left. The red tide will be here soon. But not everything is beyond saving just yet. There's still hope.
Of course we're going to have more man-made horrors beyond comprehension. That's just how it works.
The lustful teddy bear!
Oh my god, the lustful teddy bear!
Perhaps you've noticed that the punishing virus concentration
yes, you can do
is
it way
higher in
better
the
than I
hall
can,
above.
Sam.
Let's move through.
There are also hetero creatures here? I've never seen that form before.
There's something back here. These branches sprouting out of nowhere appear to be entirely formed from punishing. He walk.
My ADHD brain wants. Oh, never mind.
What was your ADHD brain wanting?
Whenever I play a game, a question I always have to ask is, what do you think this place smells like?
My mind isn't fully stabilized yet.
Honestly, I feel like moldy bread. I feel like it smells like just like a whole thing of just moldy bread combined. That's how I feel. I feel like that's how it smells. Stinky! This is your line, by the way.
Oh, my bad.
You're okay.
Crap, these monsters are poisonous. Hang in there, Wanshi. I'll be right there. Ooh, cutscene.
I love when I see a cutscene from Commandant's perspective.
He's like, don't touch me. So that's the secrets of the universe?
He is so pretty. He's such a pretty little guy.
I feel much better now. Don't worry.
Like, I get it, guys. Trust me, I get it. I understand. He is just a pretty. He is just a pretty boy. All right, how about I just nuke you guys? How about I just nuke you guys? That sounds much more effective.
That wasn't so bad. Let's keep looking for more leads.
Stay alert. That door at the end of the hall looks suspicious. We should go check it out first. I just detected a large space behind it.
Sure, let's go.
Oh! Lost page 2. Oh. You know what, Patrick? I think it's your time. Go on ahead.
Okay. The next day, before sunrise, the mother came into the children's room to wake them. Get up, you lazy bones. Today we're going to the city for supplies.
Yay!
On the way back to the city, Emin kept stopping to look back. After a few times, the father couldn't help. Did I say it wrong?
No, you said it right. You said it right.
Okay.
I think. I don't know how it's said. I was just laughing because I was moving it while you were talking.
After a few times, the father couldn't help but ask, "What are you looking for? Hurry up and keep walking." "Dad," Emin replied, "I'm looking for my kitty. We didn't say goodbye to it." But Emin wasn't looking at the cat. Instead, he was dropping pebbles from his pocket along the way. When they reached the edge of the city, the father said, "Listen, we're going back to look for supplies. You two stay here. I'll light a fire to keep you warm so you won't get cold." The children sat by the fire, listening to the sound of their parents rummaging, which made them feel safe. In reality, however, the noise was made by a corrupted dismantling a person who happened to pass by.
Damn.
The siblings waited and waited. Finally, they fell asleep. Their parents never returned. When they woke up, Glay cried with fear. "How will we get out of the city?" "We'll wait for the moon to come out," Emin comforted her. "When the moonlight falls, we'll find our way home." As he spoke, the full moon rose, its light illuminating the pebbles Emin had scattered along the way. Hand in hand, the siblings followed the moonlit trail and reached home before dawn.
Excellent work, Patrick.
Thanks, this is page 2, though.
I know, that means that there's a page 1 somewhere.
And maybe a page 3.
It's so down. Yep. Will the VOD be uploaded somewhere after the stream? I do need to make, like, the VOD will be up after the stream. It will still exist. I'm running in a circle because I'm stimming. But it'll still exist. I need to figure out, I think there probably is a way that I can download it and then upload it onto, like, maybe a Kamari VOD channel, because that would be cool. So then I could save the VODs and stuff like that. But I will try my best to figure that out. And wow, look at all you simps.
No, can't open it. It requires an access card.
Just blast it open then.
Rosetta's
Are you
so
here for a
cool.
speed run or to look for clues?
Let's go find an access card.
We sound like we're in the exact same room on that one. We were both so snarky to each other.
I'll go look around the back.
Then let's split up. I'll check the other
Are you
side.
trying to
Commandant?
speed run or look for clues? What are we doing, Commandant?
Oh, I don't know.
What are we doing, Commandant? I feel like we should split up and move fast.
Let's split up and move fast.
I'll check out the fork behind the door. Stay in touch.
Lamp.
The lamp. Ants.
Investigate.
Lost page. 4. Yeah, it's 4.
When they woke up again, they saw Glay's parrot. It stood on a branch, its voice as melodic as music. Instinctively, Emin and Glay followed the parrot until they reached a beautiful house. The house was painted with cartoon drawings. There were more children like them playing at the door, and the smell of food came out through the windows. "This is great!" The siblings ran to the house excitedly. They were invited by the children and had a warm meal. As Glay was eating a piece of chicken, a gentle voice spoke behind them. "Who's stealing lunch from our bright welfare home?" An old lady with a cane appeared with a few caretakers. Emin and Glay were scared. They nearly dropped the food in their mouths, but the old lady didn't scold them. Instead, she said with a smile, "Welcome. From now on, the bright welfare home is your home. Have a good rest in your room. We have warm beds for you." She took the siblings by the hand and led them to a room. Emin and Glay lay on the bed and felt that everything was a dream.
Interesting.
They have a parrot?
Children's toys.
Dust-covered teddy bear. Its surface is marked by the passage of time, yet traces remain of the care it once received. A neatly tied bow can be found around its neck, and stains of blood have marred its fur. The teddy bear still waits for its owner. Perhaps it's Perhaps it knows that it was not abandoned on purpose.
What do you think this teddy bear smells like?
The teddy bear?
Yeah.
Ooh, hold on. Let me kill this thing first. I think, in all honesty, I think that the teddy bear, I feel like, I feel like it smells. Have you ever seen Spy Kids 4D?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Spy Kids 4D, there was a scratch card. You know the scene where the dog passes gas and you can scratch the card and then you can that's how I feel that's how I feel the teddy bear smells, like how that card smelled. How do you think it smells like?
I was just gonna say like Downy.
I've got the access card. That's funny. Wanshi said "aight." You saw that? He said "aight." That subtitle said "aight." Come back to the access card, Wanshi. "Aight." Rosetta, you're so cool.
She's so cool.
I know. I'm looking too. I'm like, man. I do wish that they had one with like the centaur legs and the centaur form, because it looks so cool whenever she has the centaur outfit. Yes, exactly, Tarumi. You're right on the mark. Listen, he asked, oh shit, I got hit.
Have another shot.
I'm not supposed to get hit.
Panic.
That's alright, I won't panic. I'll kill.
There's nowhere to go. Nowhere to hide.
You know, that was just the thing that I thought of, though. I thought that was what it would be. I did not press the ultimate button, but okay. Oh, this is the area. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, so that's a point where I remember recording that one. I guess it's not in there anymore, but we recorded that one, and that's when there's like a onslaught of like the hetero creatures that come by, and he's like, "Now give it a push." He's like, "They keep coming," and stuff like that. Yeah, I remember recording for that. Sucks that it's not in here, but that's okay. I understand. It takes a lot of time and effort. The intruders become targets for the hetero creatures, which surge and snap their jaws as they move in masses toward the three outsiders in the abandoned research facility's basement. After unlocking the door with the found keycard, Wanshi, Rosetta, and the Raven's Commandant immediately dash through the gates of the cultivation area. Fortunately, the door is exceptionally sturdy. Even the hetero creatures cannot break through for now. The three of them finally have a moment to catch their breath.
What is down there?
You nearly trip over something underfoot. Looking down, you discover it's a dismembered construct limb.
Bless you.
Thank you. Let me blow my nose real quick. Quick break!
Careful. Something's not right here.
Excellent recovery. Thank you, everyone, for the bless you. You noticed it when Rosetta forced the door open. Behind this door to the cultivation area lies a mountain of broken construct remains. The three of you stand. I love how everyone comes back to say bless you. Thank you, guys. The three of you stand among the remains, stunned by a scene that defies all your expectations. These remains only started piling up here about 2 years ago, when the Ascendants first claimed this place as their stronghold.
So someone has been standing guard here since then? And they've eliminated all the constructs approaching the cultivation area?
Rosetta carefully grabs the arm of a discarded construct and drags it out, gravely pointing to a long, horrific gash across its neck.
It's not a human that's guarding this place. I'm starting to believe that the monster really does exist. It matches the traces I found upstairs.
Another modified terminal falls from the pile of remains. Rolls to Wanshi's feet, and he picks it up.
Another clue left by Shorthalt?
Yes. These were left by Shortalt. We're on the right track. He was leading us to the cultivation area. Wanshi's voice suddenly drops.
The children.
No. The children. The children he wanted to save are just behind this door. The timing's wrong. These things were left here too recently. For the first time, you see anguish in Wanshi's eye. Wanshi presses the button, and the terminal containing the messages boots up with a harsh static noise still present.
There's no way to deal with all the security personnel outside. There are too many of them. I'll hold them off. If more of them come after. If there's still a chance, I'll get the remaining test subjects. Get those children out of here. So these piled up remains of deserters' constructs?
These were the enemies Shortalt spoke of. Wanshi looks at the cultivation area, where years of dust swirl in the air. This place, which Shortalt had mentioned housed child test subjects, now stands completely empty. Shortalt was the one guarding the cultivation area. He finally voiced that most absurd theory. What the Ascendants created, that hatched egg, it must have been him all along.
Dun dun dun!
Oh!
Shortalt is the monster.
But that's where we're ending it for now. You have to catch it next time when we stream literally tomorrow. But no, that was awesome. I didn't expect it to hit as heavy at the beginning already. Like the first couple scenes, I was like, "Oof! Oh man, I'm already feeling a little bit of a frog in my throat." I'm like, "That's not good." I'm pretty sure it gets even worse as we go along. So it happening that early, I'm like, "Oh no!"
You rocked it, dude.
You rocked it. You rocked it. We
No,
rocked
at
it
first I was
together.
At first, I was super nervous, but definitely like loosened up and just started having more fun. towards,
Exactly.
like,
It's just
later
fun.
half.
It's just fun. Like it's fun just being able to come on stream, just talk to people, or even just play games for people. Sometimes it's fun, especially if you have like other people there with you. It's even more entertaining that way. All right. Well, everyone, we're gonna call the stream here. But before I do that, Patrick, is there anywhere that these kind people can follow you at? And can they keep track of your work?
I'm kind of introverted, but I'm trying to tweet more.
I
You can follow me
know.
on Twitter at Patrick Ruya, just my name. And that's pretty much it. I stream too, but I haven't streamed like in a year and a half.
We can
I need
stream
to get back to
together. I'll get you to stream again.
it. But
This is
yeah,
my streaming comeback too.
if you can, if you want to know what I'm doing, Twitter, for sure.
Yep, go on ahead and follow Patrick. Keep track. He's a talented VA. Really, really talented. I enjoy hearing his work as Kamui a bunch. All right, everyone. Well, I'm going to call it here. See you guys next time, all right? Bye.
Bye-bye.